All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on, well, I want to say almost eve of me finishing my One Piece read-through series. Good to see you, Kohagen. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to one of my last few streams of me doing my One Piece volume read-through. Today, we are going to be looking at volume 80 of the series. 80 days. 80 days of me reading through One Piece, not counting Sundays and that one Saturday. 80 days of me reading through every volume of One Piece. And we're here literally at the last volume on my second shelf. I only have 2 more volumes on my third shelf, and then I will have read every single chapter of One Piece on this channel. So yeah, it's already awesome! But today we are reading through volume 80 of the series, titled Opening Speech. So, let's begin! The Story of One Piece, volume 80. After 2 years of hard training, the Straw Hat Pirates are back together, first at the Sabaody Archipelago, and then through Fishman Island to their next stage, the New World. The crew happens across Trafalgar Law on the island of Punk Hazard. At his suggestion, they form a new pirate alliance that seeks to take down one of the 4 emperors. The group infiltrates the kingdom of Dressrosa in an attempt to set up Doflamingo, but Law's abducted after falling into a trap. The rest of the crew meets a one-legged toy soldier who informs them of the nation's hidden darkness, and they decide to help the little Tontatas in their fight for freedom. Their companions defeat the DQ family officers, leaving only the wicked Doflamingo. Luffy then unleashes the tremendous Gear 4 to ultimately topple the mighty foe, liberating Dressrosa from his rule. While they all celebrate their victory, Nami's group is under attack by mysterious enemies on a mysterious island. Meanwhile, Kaido, King of the Beasts, shows himself at last, sending foreboding waves throughout the world. And we got chapter 796 all the way down to 806. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a hefty one, just 11 chapters today, but not as big as volume 77. So let's begin with chapter 796, Soldier's Conviction. 3 days since the fight's conclusion. So Straw Hat Luffy is still in the country. Southern shore of Dressrosa. Yes, we've got confirmation. He's gravely wounded. Isho! I heard about your apology in the clash with Sakazuki. Glad I'm not the fleet admiral anymore. Navy HQ Inspector General Sengoku the Buddha. So, ever since time, and this is Sengoku right here. Ever since 2 years have passed, and since Sengoku is no longer the fleet admiral, he's now been the Inspector General. And I gotta say, Sengoku going from being the fleet admiral is now a lot more carefree and a lot more relaxed ever since he's left that position. Because this dude is rocking a Hawaiian shirt, he's rocking shorts, and he's chilling out with some soft sandals. He's literally looking like he's on vacation right now. So, apparently being fleet admiral is a very stressful job. And once you're not fleet admiral anymore, you can kind of relax. I hate to be in Akainu shoes right now. Isho! I heard about your apology in the clash with Sakazuki. Glad I'm not the fleet admiral anymore.
Shut up, you old crackerhead. Clearly, the Inspector General post has no responsibilities whatsoever.
If you think about it, Sengoku is behaving more like Garp than before, because he's letting out laughs just like Garp would.
Clearly, the Inspector General post has no responsibilities whatsoever. Now, Admiral Fujitora, why aren't you seizing the pirates?
And with Sengoku right now is Navy HQ Vice Admiral Great Advisor Suru. And then Fujitora speaks. The injured pirate who saved the nation. Do we view him as an enemy, or let him walk as the hero of the country? And Fujitora holds up dice while he's eating some ramen. With dice?
This is no laughing matter. Is that how you made your decision?
You suppose a fella gets saved by the die 2 days straight without having something on his side? This is day 3. No foul play in this role. I appreciate you coming to escort the heavenly demon for me, but this island is still under my jurisdiction. Kindly allow me to do this my way.
Hey, you! I'll have some soba noodles too. Right away, sir!
Otsuru. Here, you make today's roll for me. Anything other than a 1, and I'll have Straw Hat and Law rounded up on the double.
Candy donuts, please!
Ah, you're back again?
Yes, I am! I'm looking for candy donuts for the Navy!
And this is Mancherry, and she's right there with Fujitora. And the fact that he says you're back again means that she's been there multiple times. And Sudu is actually showing a genuine smile along with her officers. All the women are smiling with her. It's not very often you see Sudu smile. I think this might be the only time in the entire series where Sudu actually has a genuine smile on her face. Now that I think about it, and you see, wow. Also, good to see you, Ozzy.
Why, aren't you just darling? You must be little people. I am Mancherry of the Tontaras.
Whoa, what a rare sight.
Tweet with respect, you rapscallions.
And that's Moji.
Lady Mancherry is the daughter of the Chief Tonta. She's a princess. As a matter of fact, we're not supposed to show ourselves to anyone but the royal family while here in Dressrosa. But I just wanted to help heal everyone I could in secret.
And how will you do that?
Town center. And we still got Gyatz, who's made an official post for himself in the middle of town.
By the end of the day, the king will be back on his throne!
Makes you wonder if Sudu would smile if she saw Chopper in person. I mean, he's a pirate, and they kind of see him as a pet, so I don't know. Maybe? Until Chopper actually opens his mouth. I don't know.
By the end of the day, yes! The king will be back on his throne! That's right. After 10 long years, he has announced his return to the rule of our country!
King Riku!
King Riku! The nation is mad. They were tricked by a pirate, blame their king, and rejoice in the temptations of wealth and violence. Only by witnessing the terror of death do they finally come to their senses and wish for a land of peace.
And this is Elizabello talking to King Riku.
It's a farce, but I'm in no laughing mood.
There's no laughing to be had. I'm overjoyed that they survived this fiasco. There's no laughing to be had. I'm overjoyed that they survived this fiasco. But am I capable of making them happy? If only I were some kind of god king who could prevent natural disasters.
Whoa, what kind of crazy talk are you going on about?
It's a joke. I will continue my efforts. It's all we can do. Until the eventual day that the throne passes to Rebecca.
Are you sure about that? I remember how stubborn Scarlet was in her younger days.
What do you mean?
Inside the palace.
Oh, you're so beautiful, dear. A proper dress is a much better girl's outfit than armor. Oh, and I heard about your father.
And Rebecca is actually in something that isn't her gladiator armor this time.
Huh? They say that Lady Scarlet ran out and eloped with the prince from a far-off land, and that King Riku had no choice but to pretend that she had died.
Why would you make up a lie like that?
Why would you make up a lie like that?
It was Kiros' decision.
And this is a memory, I guess, from her talking to her grandfather. And Viola's off to the side, and she's just silently thinking to herself. Town center. A prince from where? Oh, wait, this is Kinemon and Kanjiro who are listening to the citizens.
A prince? From where?
A land of beautiful lakes. That was at war at the time. They shared a forbidden love and gave birth to Rebecca. But sadly, the prince died in the war, and Lady Scarlet and Lady Rebecca were left behind.
They lived here within the country, but in secret.
I see, so the line is still of purely noble blood.
These are odd rumors indeed. Ah, those are Lady Mancheri's medicinal flowers. Splendid things. No doubt they are proving a great boon today.
And this is Kinemon and Kanjuro are just kind of just taking everything in, but just seeing everyone line up in front of a marine medical tent in order to get healed by Mancheri. Form a line, please.
Thank you. This medicine really does the trick.
The wounds
recover before your eyes.
And they hand over like a dandelion to some people who are injured after everything that went down. And one dude has like a bandage over his eye and his eye is swollen.
I'll put this on my head wound today.
And he puts the dandelion on his head, and it goes into his head, and then it completely heals the bump and swollen face that he had before. And then the man with his wife and son go,
Wow! It's all better! Just like magic.
Navy tent.
I see, so you can use donors to enhance your healing ability. What a fascinating power the heal fruit contains. Draw some from me too, then.
As it shows Mancheri is using her power to draw out healing powers from other willing individuals. So she's using her powers on a Navy soldier, and out of his arm pops a dandelion, which can then be used to heal the civilians. So her fruit is actually quite remarkable. I never really looked into her heal fruit all that much. I'll probably do that later. But her fruit, when it comes, can you imagine if Mancheri ever got into the medical business? If she ever traveled with law and learned medicine, just how useful her power could be. Now, it's no op fruit, because the op fruit is called the ultimate fruit, the ultimate devil fruit. But makes you wonder what it could do in the hands of a person who's more medically inclined.
Wow!
I see, so you can... I knew that cough was coming in soon.
I see, so you can use donors to enhance your healing ability. What a fascinating power the heal fruit contains. Draw some from me too, then.
And this is, of course, Sengoku who's saying that to Mancheri.
I got enough good health to heal 10 of the gravely wounded.
That's wonderful!
Ah, shucks. Should we go for 20?
And since Mancheri can, she's very cute, so she's able to get people to, go a little bit further. Kyuros's house. And we're back. So the land was full of rumor that and we're, oh wait, I think this was Kinemon and Kanjuro.
And we're back. So, the land was full of the rumor that Lady Rebecca's father was some sort of prince.
What the heck is that about?
Plus, Sabo's gone, and we gotta chase after Sanji's team.
And it's Luffy who's half sleep, crying, angry, and eating all at the same time.
Are you angry, crying, hurrying, sleeping, or eating? Just do one at a time.
Because Luffy, his whole mind is doing 4 things at once. He's angry, he's sad, he's angry that people are talking about Rebecca and this supposed story, sad that Sabo's gone, he wants to hurry up and go after Sanji, but he's also sleeping and eating at the same time. He's doing several different things! Doing several different things all at once.
Just do one at a time. Just do one at a time.
And then he slams his fist on the ground. Rebecca's dad is the old soldier! And then Luffy, before he says old soldier, he just immediately falls asleep. Wow, and here I thought that we saw the end of Luffy's narcolepsy.
You haven't fully recovered yet! Stop being a glutton and get your rest!
And this is Usopp. And then everyone is chilling in the cabin now, including Bellamy, who's along with the rest of the Straw Hat crew in here. And then we have Gyros, who goes,
I was the one who started the rumor. The only people who know about the truth of Rebecca's birth are some of the royal family and some of the Don Quixote family who discovered the facts.
Huh?
The only thing the country knows about her, and the only thing the country knows about is her mother. I spread the rumor before it could be revealed that I am her father.
And Robin says, why?
I have a criminal record and a low upbringing. I was not meant to be tied to a noble family in that way. So this is for the best.
How can that be for the best? Does Rebecca know about this?
I sent her a letter detailing the truth of my life. She might look down upon me for my choice, but she is still a child. I won't have her future happiness ruined over a temporary fit of emotion. King Rico understood and agreed with my point of view.
And both Zoro and Usopp are looking at Luffy, and Luffy has this whole feeling of like he's not entirely sure, as both Zoro and Usopp think, he is not buying this at all. Then Bartolomeo comes running towards the building. Mr. Zolo! Mr. Zolo! I said Zolo. I know what I said. Mr. Zoro! Oh, Mr. Luffy's awake! Good morning, sir! Can you read through the... Can I read through the beginning after the end light novel, or did I already read through it? I read the webcomic. During the time when the beginning after the end was up, I started reading the light novel chapters alongside the beginning after the end, just to see if there were any differences. But that's only in, like, I want to say, a couple of chapters towards the end of the recent season, but I haven't read the light novel of the beginning after the end. I currently don't have any plans to actually read through the beginning after the end's light novel, since I already have a whole bunch of other things that I want to do, and that would kind of conflict with it. So at this time, I don't have any plans of doing a full read-through of the beginning after the end's light novel. Not at this moment. But it's good to see you, Shind. Good to see you. Whoa! Mr. Luffy's awake! Good morning, sir!
Captain, Skittles! This is Leo!
God, 5 old members of the Straw Hat Crew in one place. I can barely even see. It's like a laser beam of awesomeness. If I ever happen to see the whole Straw Hat All-Stars lighting up at once, I think I might just go blind.
Just say what you came to say, darn it! And Zoro's done. Zoro's done with Bartolomeo and his foolishness.
This movement from the Navy tent. I think this spot might be in danger soon. There's Vice Admiral Suru, the great advisor, and Sengoku, the previous fleet admiral. Suru and Sengoku?
And this is Frankie.
What are legendary figures like them doing here? Just go home!
Sengoku.
And Law's there, of course, as he's there as well.
What is it, Leo?
Oh, the Navy is on the move!
Well, Lady Luck has spoken. To all naval forces, the Straw Hat Crew, Trafalgar Law, and all criminals harbored within the Royal Palace are to be rustled up at once.
And this is Fujitora, as the die rolled a 6, because he did say to Sudo earlier that if it rolls anything but a 1, then we go round up Luffy and crew and everyone else right now.
All criminals harbored within the Royal Palace are to be rustled up at once.
Yes, sir! But Admiral, you don't have authority to invade the palace.
You just do your job. I take full responsibility.
Yes, sir!
The Navy is coming.
Ah! It's finally happening!
But why now? We've been ready to escape for days. We were only waiting for Sir Luffy to awake.
Indeed, it was a mystery why the enemy chose not to attack. All that we're missing is a boat.
And this is both Kinemon and Kanjiro.
What are we gonna do for a ship?
Leo, have you done what I asked for?
Of course! Just as you said, Sir Skittles! Mr. Rooster, they're heading to the palace too! The gladiators are in trouble!
Gotcha! Thanks for the concern, little guy. We've had our eye out for the Navy.
Make way! We're arresting pirates! What? Even Lucy?
Just in case they pull something like this. No sweat. All right, everybody. I'm gonna show you the way. Just run straight for the eastern port. We knew you might wake up at any moment and want to leave the country at once, so we got our people stationed here and there in critical locations, and there's a ship in the eastern port. Ugh, that's real nice of you. We already sent the Sunny ahead, so we needed a ride. You bet! We're a team that fought for the same side. You think we're just gonna roll over and let them haul in our leader?
Here they come! Seize them! as the door opens to Kiros's home, and Luffy and everyone else are preparing to leave. "Can you stand, Bellamy?" goes Luffy.
"And run if I need to."
"Great, that's good to hear."
"Trafalgar, why didn't you abandon me? Now I've lost my place to die."
Straw Hat said you were a friend, so I moved you. That's all. Drop dead right on the spot for all I care.
Thanks to those little people, I got fixed up like I was never hurt. Why would I bother dying against a stupid navy?
You'll manage to find a way, idiot. Since you apparently never heard of the word thanks before.
What? Yo, there's no time to think this over. We got...
Who's saying this?
Yo, there's no time to think this over. We gotta run, comrades.
I think that was Frankie. Fire!
This way, folks. We don't want to run into Fujitora. Make sure you don't get cut off from the group.
Which means that everyone should be keeping an eye on Zoro. But Luffy stays behind while he's still eating some meat.
Huh? Mr. Luffy!
You guys go on ahead. I got an errand to run.
What?
As Luffy just takes off on his own, and we go back to the palace.
Lucy's group did what? They're on the run. They're about to set sail. But he can't. I haven't properly thanked him yet.
And then we have Suru, who's watching Fujitora.
I reckon it's time to give them a full-blown test to see if their luck's truly run dry.
As Fujitora draws his sword. And that's the end of chapter 796. Onwards to 797, but first, an SBS. Hello, Odachi. I'll be frank with you. When Brand New mentions the man previously described in chapter 700, volume 70, who is he talking about? Is it someone we've already seen? Signed, someone who wants Odachi to say, start the SBS. Aw, what a nice pen name. What's that? You want me to start the... Oh, it's already started! Okay, let's go. Yes, the final warlord shall be revealed in this very book. Check out chapter 802, Scream Your Lungs Out, and look forward to what this character does in the future. Question, what does the SOL on the one-legged soldier's hat mean? Signed, Takaaki T. Answer, it's short for soldier. Question, can you turn into Hentai Cayman? Pervert mask. Odachi. Signed, Takaaki T again. Answer, I can. Question, why is Corazon's fruit called the Com fruit? Signed, Takaaki T again. Wow. Takaaki T again. You'll be watching this starting from volume 1. Hey, I'm about to be finished. I'm about to be finished with this series on Friday. And then I'll have the entirety of One Piece on my channel, so people can read it from volume 1 all the way to volume 82, and then I have a second playlist of when I first started doing reactions to One Piece, so it might seem a little bit rough in comparison to what I'm doing now, because that's when I did it back in 2017, 18, so if you go from like the end of this read-through series into the next chapter of when I first started doing One Piece, you're gonna see a polar difference on how I did videos years ago. But yeah, enjoy yourself with my whole playlist. That's what it's here for. Why is Corazon's fruit called the Com fruit? Signed, Takaaki T. Answer, because that is the adjective that describes no wind and quiet waves on the sea. Oh, so like a calm waves, or maybe calm belt. Chapter 797, Rebecca! Request, members of G5 celebrating... What in the world? What sort of foolishness? Hold on. It keeps asking... I don't know why it's asking me to connect to my Elgato system again. Hold on. This thing wants to disrupt me. I literally just accepted this before the stream happened. I don't know why it won't continue to stay connected. It is very weird. It's very weird. But I will not be disrupted. I will not be disrupted. Back to where I was before. Request! Members of G5 celebrating smokers' return to duty with a cotton candy party by Sheena from Aichi. And smokers all healed up, but everyone's celebrating by having a cotton candy party. And some of it is in the shape of a very long poodle with the words Mr. Puffy back in action. And of course, Tashigi and the children are definitely enjoying this. Hey, Luffy, we don't have time, man. But if it's crucial, get it done quick. We'll be waiting in the eastern port.
Got it! Mr. Zoro, that way south! It's cool how you messed it up, though.
My thing is, this man is running with everyone. How do you get sidetracked? Running in the opposite direction. I'm not going to monologue on Zoro's inability to go in a straight line longer than 10 feet. I'm not. Naval tent near the center of Dressrosa. And we have Admiral Bastille. Vice Admiral Bastille. Vice Admiral. He's not an admiral at all, and nor does he become one in the future. I'm just letting y'all know. He's back up again. He's fine. And he has a brand new mask to replace the one that Sabo destroyed.
Gather all the information you can. The higher-ups headed for the scene. I'm in command here. Where did those pirates on the hill get to?
Right this way, everyone!
Most likely the pirates are on the run for the eastern port. We should have lookout troops at each port, however. Get in contact with the eastern port.
Eastern port. And we have Abdullah and Jeet, along with Ideo, who have practically bodied every single person. This is the naval lookout team in the eastern port. Over. Everything is under control, sir. Over.
Under control? That can't be true. The pirates are on their way.
No need for backup. We're all fine out here. Thank you. Over.
Wait a second. Who is this? State your name in naval code.
Pardon?
It's too late. They've already taken over the eastern port. Send a team to the east.
Bartolomeo's group. Onward. Head straight ahead to the port.
You're a lifesaver!
As Cavendish comes in and intercepts the Navy, who are right behind Usopp and Zoro. Done?
Don't give us that nonsense. We owe debt after debt to you. We're all stuck in loan payment hell.
All the criminals who should have been in the palace have appeared in the town ruins to the east.
Does that mean the palace is empty now?
Flowerfield, outside the palace.
I'm right in front of the palace!
Rebecca! Where are you? Straw Hat Luffy has appeared on the scene.
What is he doing there? Don't let him get away.
Rebecca! Who is that outside?
Rebecca, get out here!
Is he calling me?
Capture Straw Hat!
Lucy, I'm up here. Lady Rebecca, you mustn't speak to that pirate.
There you are! Palace courtyard.
Tank, will you call Viola and Rebecca here? We must go down into town. Yes, Your Majesty. It is time to announce the Rico's dynasty return to the throne.
Of course, at once. It is the moment I have awaited for years. As Tank has tears in his eyes. Rebecca! As Luffy jumps up towards the window where Rebecca is.
Lucy!
And all the maids run away.
Ah! Pirate! He may be a pirate, but he is the savior of our country.
Yes, but he's a pirate. Who knows what he'll do?
Lucy! Thank goodness. I never got to say thank...
Shut up! That's not why I'm here! Huh? Are you okay with this?
Huh?
About the soldier! He's never gonna see you again!
Lucy, I got the letter from the soldier. He's trying his hardest to keep me away from him. He wants me to be a stranger to him.
And this goes back to when the soldier once spoke to Rebecca, but she didn't recognize him. When Kiros was a toy soldier.
Who do you think you are? You're not my father. Why is he doing this? Is it because I said such horrible things to him? You're just a one-legged soldier. You're just a one-legged toy. Does he not want to live with me? Am I nothing but trouble to him?
How should I know? You figure it out. I have to leave this country already. I only came here to ask you if you're really okay with this.
No, of course I'm not.
Then are you coming with me?
Yes, I'm coming.
Lady Rebecca!
Rebecca, Straw Hat, wait. Viola, I have a request.
And then there's an explosion at the window where Rebecca was standing. Here we go! Don't fall off!
I won't!
As it shows Rebecca holding on to Luffy as he goes sailing out of the palace. Let's run for it!
King Riku!
What is it?
It's Lady Rebecca! She's been abducted by a pirate!
What? Which pirate? What kind? Was it one of the Colosseum gladiators?
Straw! He's Straw Hat Rufy!
What?
Lady Rebecca's been abducted from the palace!
It was Strawhead Luffy who did it. He must be taken a hostage for ransom.
What?
Can this be? Lucy! The sheer chutzpah of it all. But I love you, man! What are you talking about, Gyats? See that? See that? This is what happens when you trust pirates and let them loiter within your borders. Seize Straw Hat Luffy at once and return Princess Rebecca to safety. And this is Vice Admiral Maynard. Yes, sir. There he is. Take aim, Special Sniper Squad. Huh? As something happens, all the Navy soldiers and they fall to the ground.
The Navy men all collapsed!
Naval tent. The soldiers collapsed? Supreme King Haki? No, they're still conscious. In any case, his escape route is the eastern port. I want battleships in place. Send all forces to Carter in the east. Roger that! Capture Lucy! You won't catch me! Rebecca! Oh wait, I'm screaming off my head thinking that it's someone saying Rebecca, but it's Luffy. Rebecca! I'll place you on the other side of the hill so I can be a decoy. Go the rest of the way yourself. The entire kingdom's trying to protect you. If you get caught, they'll take you back to the palace.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. Thank you, Lucy.
No problem. Not receiving enough data for smooth streaming. I didn't drop any frames. We should be fine. Let's continue. I saw that it pops up, this big yellow flash marker pops up on my live feed to let me know if anything is wrong, but everything's fine.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy.
No problem. There he is! Capture Lucy!
Save Lady Rebecca!
A pirate's a pirate after all.
I can't believe I thought you were a hero!
I'll never trust a pirate again!
And then it gets to Gyros, who's in his house by himself. And he starts putting things in a bag. And he's just smiling to himself, thinking,
My role has ended, Scarlet. Forgive me for falsifying the nature of our marriage. It is all for Rebecca's sake. She endured 10 years of suffering and insults for being royalty. So this time, I want her royalty to bring her happiness. I cannot remain here anymore.
And as he opens the door, we see a person, the leg of a person in front of his house, huffing and puffing, and Gyros is just completely shocked to see that it's Rebecca!
Rebecca!
You shouldn't lie like that.
Oh, about the letter? It's not a lie. It's true. Years ago, I was a man of no value. I lived a life of violence. I ended a person's life with my own hands, no matter the reason for it. So you see...
I'm not the daughter of some prince from somewhere. I don't even know who that is. I don't care if you killed hundreds of people and your hands were black with blood. I only have one father. I am the daughter of Gyros.
And Rebecca says this with tears in her eyes. And then Gyros just starts tearing up too.
Don't lie to me.
Until the day that you are finally happy, I will always be at your side.
And these are the words that Gyros said to Rebecca, during the time when Scarlet had died and he was taking care of Rebecca when she was a child.
Just be at my side, soldier.
As she embraces her father.
You really want to have me as your father?
Yes. Let's live together.
And Rebecca says this, and she's just like, oh, her eyes are covered in tears, and her eyes are red. She's got snot out of her nose, and it's kind of sticking to Gyros' shirt. This Oda made a fact to have that illustrated in this panel. Then we get back to the royal plateau.
Rebecca isn't returning to the palace, father.
Viola, as I thought.
Yes, this was her decision.
I'm sorry, Viola. Will you be the princess for me?
As a matter of fact, it's the second time in my life I've been asked that preposterous question.
I see. You can't fight your blood.
As it seems that Scarlet asked this of Viola earlier on in her life as well. Entrance to the eastern port in the ruins of the forest town Carta.
Luffy isn't here yet?
And Trafalgar Law vanished at some point. What are the two bosses thinking? I mean, even we got our limits on who we can stop for him. Huh?
And then something is flying towards Bartolomeo and the rest of the gladiators at the end of the port.
Huh? Ah! Oh crap! It's Fujitora! Hurry up, Mr. Luffy!
As Fujitoro's on a piece of rubble and he's flying towards Luffy and everyone else. And Luffy is running like crazy in order to get to the eastern port. And that's the end of chapter 797 onwards to 798. But first, another SBS. Question. Ever since I started watching One Piece, I've been wondering why Sanji calls Nami, Nami-san, and Robin, Robin-chuan! Nami-san! Robin-chuan! In Japanese. Robin's the older one, so she should get more respect. Is there a deep meaning to this? Sign, Miracle with a musical note. Answer. I never really thought that deeply about it. Recently, one of my staff members asked an interesting question. He said that as women get older, they like to be treated as though they're younger, and they'd like to be treated older when they're young. He asked if Sanji realized that and was acting accordingly. So I said, yes, absolutely. Question. I have a report to make. I was once printed in the fan art section of Volume 19 under the name Yapot Poppy. Well, now I've made my debut as a manga artist, although my area is in educational manga, not entertainment. Signed, Takuma Takahashi. Answer. Oh, another one! It's wonderful to see your readers grow up like this after 18 years of being in this business. So if you happen to spot the book on the left, Mysteries of the Dinosaurs, Takuma Takahashi, in the store and you want to learn more about dinosaurs, check it out. Find our crewmate's book. Chapter 798, Heart. Request! Hancock writes a letter to Luffy by Lams from Saitama. And also, gotta remember that there's a new chapter of One Punch Man that should be dropping at 2 o'clock today. I don't know if I'm gonna be done by 2 o'clock, but once I get done with my One Piece reading, I'll set things up for my One Punch Man read-through chapter reaction as well. And then later on, my finale for playing Cyberpunk, because we're gonna do everything and finish everything in one fell swoop. A lot of things to do today. Chapter 798, Heart.
Hey, what happened to the reinforcements to the eastern port?
Well, sir, most of our units are non-functioning right now. Our rifles are missing bullets and gunpowder.
Search for weapons.
Swords, pistols, axes, spears, knives, all of our weapons have just vanished. Someone must have stolen them. And we see a whole bunch of tontatas who have basically taken every single weapon and every single bullet, every single bit of ammunition for the Navy. And they're just laughing. They're just laughing that they just stole all this stuff from the Navy. And in the port, the battleships are practically sewn together. They're connected so that they can't leave port. Don't set the sails or they'll capsize. How can steel be sewn together like this?
Sew the thread.
Sever the thread. Cut them loose. But our knives are gone. And it shows Leo who sewed all of these ships together. Meanwhile, the soldiers who collapsed out of the blue still aren't moving.
What in the world do you think you're doing?
Nothing seems to be going right for the Navy right now.
Criminals from all over the place are lounging about in the eastern port, and you're just gonna let them get away? Do something!
We're trying.
Are you sure we're allowed to take this much healing power today, Moji? If we absorb too much of it, the poor soldiers won't be able to move. It's just fine, Princess. We have permission from Gyarados. Just do as your trusty old Moji says. Well, in that case, okay. There are lots of injuries that need our help.
I hate to
bug you, but we need more men.
Oh, I'm almost done.
I guess I can wait a bit.
According to the locals, anything strange that happens in this land is the work of,
fairies!
fairies? You're going to chalk this up to fairies?
Sorry, sir! Not realizing that the fairies in question are the Tontatas, otherwise the Navy would be suspicious of them right now. But we have Luffy, who's still steadily running through the town in order to get to the port.
The port must be that way! They're already fighting!
Entrance to the eastern port.
Just hold out until Mr. Luffy and Trafalgar arrive!
And as the gladiators are standing well, I wouldn't say standing toe-to-toe, but they're standing off against Fujitora, who's on the other side.
Is that barrier of yours gonna work? It's invincible! That's what makes it a barrier!
And Fujitora just slowly walks towards Bartolomeo and company. And then we cut to two individuals who talk to each other amidst the rubble.
Say, want a cracker?
Nah, just talk. And it's Sengoku, and then we get a flashback.
A boy with white lead disease. So the White Town had a survivor.
He despises everything about the world. It's just like watching my brother when he was the boy's age.
It's a shame, but there's no means of curing white lead disease. Don't favor him too much or you'll give your position away.
Yes, I understand. The only reason I'm here is to stop my brother. And this is when Rocinante was speaking to Sengoku in the past.
Doflamingo
is a dangerous man. I won't let him descend on Dressrosa. And then back to the present, near the eastern port. Sengoku is just casually sitting there talking to Law, and there's just a random gorilla that's just a random gorilla that's sitting next to Sengoku.
One day, a soldier I knew died. He was someone I cared about, someone who meant something to me.
You don't have any family? And this is when Sengoku encountered Rocinante for the first time.
I took him in as a boy and treated him like a son. He was as honest and upright a person as I ever knew, and a valuable, trustworthy subordinate. But there was one time, just once in his life, that he lied to me. This is Minion Island. Among the dead is one of the...
This is Minion Island! Among the dead is one of the Don Quixote family officers, codenamed Corazon, sending an image now. And this is when Sengoku learned that Rocinante died.
Rocinante, what were you doing on that island?
And Sengoku, for the first time, is shown crying and bawling his eyes out in just complete despair. Because that's how much Rocinante meant to him.
I had been betrayed, but there must have been a reason for it. 4 things disappeared in the chaos of that fateful day. The Barrel's pirates, the life of my subordinate, the op fruit, and a boy with white lead disease who was with the Don Quixote family at the time.
That's right. It was me.
As I thought. And were you the reason why Rocinante left his post for half a year?
Yeah, he was taking me around to different hospitals.
And after Rocinante went after the op fruit and ultimately died, to keep you alive? I just want to know exactly why he died.
Yeah, that's right. We were supposed to escape together. In the end, I got both my life and my heart from him. I owe him everything. So I lived my life in order to strike down Doflamingo for him. But I don't know if this is the D way of life that Korra wanted for me.
D?
It's my hidden name, just like Straw Hats. And this catches Sengoku's attention, but he doesn't say anything. Say, do you know anything about the D?
I couldn't say. But at the very least, I'm certain Rocinante didn't know. Yet another one. The D always follows a checkered fate. So he certainly didn't save your life for the sake of that. Don't ever attach a reason to the love you've received.
Hey, Law.
I love you.
And this is when Rocinante said it to Law in the past.
If I were still on the force, I'd lock you in a cell so we could have a nice long chat. To think that the only man who I could share memories of Rocinante with is a pirate. But if you really want to do something for him, then let us both keep him in our memory.
That should be enough. You can live free. I'm sure that's what he would tell you.
And Law turns away from Sengoku as he pulls his head down over his eyes, because this is like, wow, this is such a heartfelt thing coming from a former Navy fleet admiral. You know, the former head of the Navy. Well, secondary head. They're still like Vice Admiral Kong. But, he knows how right Sengoku is.
I'm sure that's what he would tell you.
And their conversation is cut off at the end as the rubble starts to float into the air. The rubble all around them starts to float into the air.
What's that?
It looks like...
The rubble is flying into the sky!
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Is he using that as a weapon? Yeah, ho, now that's a wide-range attack!
All the rubble of the kingdom is gathering in the air over the eastern port! Every bit of rubble in the entire kingdom of Dressrosa is now rising into the air and floating over to the eastern port.
Vice Admiral Bastille. Bastille!
Huh? Oh, yes, Otsuru.
Do you still need that backup?
It's the work... Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta read this right. All the rubble of the kingdom is gathering in the air of the eastern port. It's the work of Admiral Fujitora! And Fujitora is just basically... I keep getting mixed up with these panels sometimes because if there's a big, white line that goes across both pages, then that means the top half should be read from left to right first, and then the bottom half. That confuses me sometimes. Apology for the mix-up. But Fujitora is just holding up his sword, and he's lifting up every bit of rubble inside the entire country.
Well, I reckoned it was only in the way, so I took it upon myself to use it. The remains of the battle left behind by those infernal pirates.
Vice Admiral Bastille? Bastille!
Huh? Oh, yes, Otsuru.
Do you still need that backup?
To all naval units, no need for backup in the east anymore.
What could this be?
What could this be? Some divine work? A new species of bird?
As Gyatz can see it as well. All troops, withdraw from the eastern port. Evacuate to a safe location. Don't interfere with Isho.
Does he mean to subdue the pirates with that display?
But no one could survive that.
Straw Hat! So the plan to escape is all for nothing?
Luffy!
As Rebecca and Giro see everything, it can be seen all over the entire country. What Fujitora's doing can be seen from all over the entire country. If this man, Doflamingo did say that him and Ryokugyu were monsters, and Fujitora's definitely proving that.
This is not the time to be shocked! We gotta save the Usalanders!
Listen, it doesn't matter where you're situated, your fate will be the same. Get the ship moving!
Where have you been? We've been waiting for you, Trafalgar Law! And this is Law running in on, this is Law running up on Cavendish.
Everyone, hurry to the ship!
Aha! Here he comes!
Whoa, Mr. Luffy! Hurry up, man! Let's leap straight onto the boat! Avoid Fujitora over there and just dodge past him!
And Luffy's just running full speed right behind Fujitora.
Everyone, to the ship! Straw Hat and Law are here! We're just here! We're all here! Just run!
Dodge? Hey, old gambler man! Do you recognize me?
So there you are, Straw Hat.
I'm gonna suck you! And Luffy uses a big, hockeyed up gear third punch to hit Fujitora, shocking both Sai and Bartolomeo. And Fujitora manages to brace up against it and block it. It's not an option to beat you someday anymore. Who says I have to run just because you're an admiral? That pattern ended 2 years ago.
What?
I don't care if you're a naval admiral or an emperor of the sea. If I don't beat each and every one of you, I'll never be king of the pirates. And the only thing that happened to Fujitora is that he has a small bruise on his cheek. He has a small bruise on his cheek from getting hit by Luffy's Gear 3rd punch. And that's the end of chapter 798. We got another SBS if we can move on to 799. Question. Odachi, I'll give you a nudie mag if you answer my question. Sanji will not allow people to leave food scraps behind, but what if a woman does it? Signed, Smoker Cigar. Answer. He'd probably eat the scraps off the dish once he took it away. Now where's my nudie mag? Question. When Robin blooms more hands, there are petals in the air all around her. What type of flower are those petals from? Answered. Signed by One Piece Fanatic. Answer. That's quite a question. They just fluff out of nowhere and make her moves look graceful and elegant. So they're called fluff flowers. They just fluff into being. Now where's my nudie mag? I don't think One Piece Fanatic promised that. Question. Hi, Mr. Oda. I wanted to ask you something. The cover of chapter 518 is called The Homeland of CP9, but it reminds me quite a bit of the Eastern Tower in Shangshinyu Island in my hometown of Wenzhou, China. If I have any Chinese speakers of any kind in chat today or in the future, please forgive my clearly abysmal pronunciation of that place in China. Please forgive me. I can't read it so well. I'm sorry. In my hometown of Wenzhou, China. Did you model it on that? Sign, Howie, friend of shrimp. Shrimp sounds nice right about now. Answer. Oh, that is the very tower. Having grown up in the Kung Fu movie generation, I wanted CP9's training ground to be a Chinese-looking locale, and I think that's how I arrived at that image. I figured I was choosing a place in a far-off land, so the thought that a One Piece reader is there too brings me great joy. Thanks for the letter. Chapter 799, Father and Sons. Requests. Sabo cracks walnuts for hungry squirrels by Noda Skywalker from Osaka. And Sabo, since he has like some of the strongest fingers you've ever seen, he's just cracking giant walnuts for these squirrels, and they're so happy that they're doing it that they're bringing whole baskets full of nuts. I'm gonna kick ya! Gonna punch you now! Here comes a kick and punch! And Luffy keeps announcing all of these attacks. Headbutt! I'll stomp you into the ground! Yeah, is this really the time for a serious fight?
Shall we go to his aid?
I agree with Luffy's statement, but why is he fighting that way? It makes no sense.
And Luffy gets knocked away by Fujitora. I'm not running away anymore!
I can tell you've got the strength to back your words. I appreciate your spirit, youngster, but what in tarnation do you think you're doing, calling out your moves ahead of time? Is that meant to be sympathy? I'm an admiral of Navy HQ, called a monster far and wide. I don't take kindly to this display of pity. Does it bother you to have a blind man on the battlefield? But if you wanted to get my goat, mission accomplished. Your head will fly from your shoulders in a minute.
Shut up! I can't just whoop you without saying anything when I already know you can't see. I don't think you're that bad of a guy, old man. And that's when Fujitora starts laughing at Luffy, which is, I think, one of the first times you actually ever see an admiral laugh an honest laugh before. So that's another reason why I like Fujitora. He's more human than everybody else. What are you laughing about? I'm gonna kick you!
And what will that act of mercy gain you? I'm disappointed. How can you be so illogical? Gravity Blade. When a man fights, he has a standing to uphold, and that leaves no room for honest sympathy and likes and dislikes.
As Fujitora,
Raging Tiger!
I'm saying that so loud I gave myself the hiccups, I'm sorry.
Raging Tiger!
and he sends a massive wave of gravity towards Luffy, and he also sends Luffy flying into the air. Now, one thing I'll say about this scene in the anime is that they reuse the scene where Luffy kicks Hody Jones in the anime, and they kind of invert it and then change the color. But it's during that high-grade animation scene where Luffy kicks Hody Jones into the seawall of the Kora Plaza, in the center of the plaza area where everyone was fighting. They kind of reused it for the anime, and it kind of stuck out a little bit because I instantly recognized it, but the end result is still the same. Fujitora wound up destroying a section of the Dressrosa port area where everyone is already running to.
Are you really that big of a fool? I'm trying my utmost to uphold my standing over here.
It's Straw Hat, Harujin!
Gah! Let go, giant!
Put him right on the ship! Perfect. We're switching spots, Luffy.
Nah, Mr. Zoro, you gotta take it easy. We got our own needs to see to.
Needs?
Wait, isn't there only one ship in the...
Look closer. Who would dare to dock their ship in such an unstable location?
Huh? Whoa! There's a whole line of ships!
That's right. Our ships extend out to the mist, 3 miles away.
Look at all of them!
Use the Yanta Maria's fleet's connected bridge to cross the sea.
No! Wait! I'm still fighting! Please, you gotta stop!
It's far too late now, Straw Hat. I may not be able to see, but I know it's there, before your eyes. A black sky with no escape. An endless downfall of rubble that sinks every ship fleeing to sea. Don't you see it? Even if you escape from me, your life will be in peril from the 4 emperors now that you've eliminated Choker. Your future is hell.
Hey, let go! I'm gonna fight!
You can do it next time. We've got business now.
As everyone is running.
You showed pity for my blind eyes, but I earned my lack of sight by my actions. I shut these lids on my own, saw too many things I didn't care for. Now, I can at least guide you to hell myself.
Give Rebecca back, Lucy!
Aren't you supposed to be a hero, Lucy? Do you have any idea how much this country hurt her?
Don't let her be any more miserable!
Yeah, hold your horses, good folks. There's nothing but criminals ahead.
Stop right where you are! I'll handle this! Move it, Navy! We don't want your help! We're gonna drive those pirates off ourselves!
Huh?
You better watch out, Lucy! Into your boats, gang! We'll chase them out to open sea! Now, the thing is, the citizens sound like they're upset. They sound like they're upset, but they're all smiling as they're saying this.
There's no anger in their emotion.
What's that? I hear a lot of noise behind us. It's the Dressrosans. What do we do now? What do they want now?
Wait! Lucy!
Hey everybody, Rebecca's in the house on top of the hill. She's with Gyros now.
Are you crazy? We all know that already.
And we're seeing things from Fujitora's perspective, because Fujitora is able to use, not Conquerors, he's able to use Observation. I meant to say Observation, don't get any ideas, he does not have Conquerors. He's able to use Observation Haki to basically do everything he can do right now. And he's able to see the shapes of people with Observation, even though he's blind. This is how he's able to navigate everywhere. He can literally see the world using Haki alone. So that's already kind of crazy.
Of course this would happen after the way Gyros withdrew. They're father and daughter after all.
What?
All the adults knew about this 16 years ago. Kyros, Rebecca, and Skarner were living happily together in the little house on the hill.
Huh?
And just like the identity of the fairies, it was an unspoken rule never to mention it.
Huh?
Now run faster! We don't want our country's saviors to get away!
Wait up, Lucy! Give back Lady Rebecca!
As long as we stick close enough to Lucy, Fujitora can't drop his rubble out of the sky.
Get back here, you rascal! And everyone is saying that with a smile on their face.
Straw Hat Luffy, honest to a fault. Everybody seems determined to save you. What kind of man are you? What color's your hair? What shape your eyes? What features do you have? What features do you wear? I suppose I shouldn't have closed these eyes. Now I want to take a gander at your face. I reckon it must look mighty kind. Well, this is a bind. I don't suppose this weapon overhead reflects too well on me. What in the world is Isho doing? All troops, withdraw. But now the
citizens are in the port!
How long is he gonna keep that rubble floating like that?
So this is just another humane moment from Fujitora. He's all like, maybe I shouldn't have made myself blind, because I want to see the man that even the citizens of this entire devastated country are doing their best to save. I want to see the man. I want to see the pirate that regular civilians are putting their lives on the line for to save. I want to see him. You won't hear that come out of Kizaru's mouth, or especially Akainu. Akainu's all like,
I want to see you die just like your brother, Straw Hat Luffy.
No, Fujitora's the only one who's all like, maybe he's not so bad after all. And he says it with a smile on his face.
How long is he gonna keep that rubble floating like that?
Goes Bastille.
All right! Feast your eyes on this baby!
Oh, it's huge!
Ain't she a beauty? That's not your ship!
Yanta Maria Fleet Mothership. The Yanta Maria Fleet Mothership. The Yanta Maria. This ship is huge! I never really put in perspective how big the Yanta Maria is, but even Harudin, who's already a giant, looks like a very small child in comparison to this ship's size. That's how big it is.
Hurry up and climb aboard! Time is of the essence! Hurry up and climb aboard. Time is of the essence. I'll show you my ship later. You guys are freak! Straw Hat, I have 4 fellow mercenary giants. One day we will stand atop all of giant kind and rebuild the giant pirate crew that once shook the foundations of the world.
Huh?
Oh, I bet you'll be real tough rivals. Maybe we'll see you again then.
The giant pirate crew! A return to the glory days of Master Dory and Master Broggy, Luffy! Oh, I can't wait to go to Hellbath.
My Yanta Maria fleet is composed of 56 ships in all. They will surely be an aid to you.
Oh, wait, we're getting the names of all the gladiators again. Giant Mercenary, Harudin. The Savage Surmounter, Orlumbus.
Aid?
Luffyland! We have the Chief Tontara's permission! You gotta let us join up!
Join? Tontara, Leo. I got no match among normal combatants, but I can't ignore pirates and still call myself a champion. Long arm boxer. It says 3 X's, and 3 X's is 30 in Roman numerals. But long arm 30 boxer. Oh, I'm just gonna say 30 or triple X. Long arm triple X boxer. Ideo. I've decided to join up with Ideo and head out to sea. Long leg Jiao Kongdo martial artist. Blue Gilly. Hey, don't forget about us brothers! Former bounty hunters Abdullah and Jeet. I've been allowed to ride on this guy's ship. Diaz Naval Battle Class A War Criminal, Suleiman. If you want to ride, then it's captain to you. And don't you forget that I am your senior as a pirate. We might be aligned, but I'm taking all the popularity. Pirate Nobleman, Cavendish. What the heck are you guys talking about? Just do whatever you want. And this is Luffy.
Well, the thing is, in the 2 days we were hanging out in the palace, we all just kinda got along. Allow me to explain. We arrived at this order by drawing lots. First, the 75 members of the beautiful pirates, led by their captain White Knight Cavendish. Next, the 56 in the Barto Club, Captain Man-Eater Bartolomeo.
Don Sai, the 13th chieftain of the 1,000-strong Haposui army. Ideo, Cannon of Destruction, representative of the 4-member XXX Gem Fighting Alliance. Leo, the warrior, commander of the 200 members of the Tontara Corps. Captain Harudin of the future giant pirate crew, still at just 5 members. And I am the commodore of the 4,300-man Yonta Maria fleet, the adventuring pioneer Orlumbus. That's 5,600 That's 5,600 in total, Mr. Luffy. Now join with us, the 7 leaders, and ritually exchange the cups of father and son.
Father and son?
Yup, you're the father figure, the boss. We're the sons, your followers. Let us take our rightful places under the affiliation of the Straw Hat Pirates.
And that is...
This is really big news!
But yeah, they all want to sail under Luffy. All these big names in the world. That's the end of chapter 799. Onwards to chapter 800. But first, a very long SBS. Question: I fell in love with Koala the moment she hugged Robin. How exactly did Koala, Sabo, and Hack come together? Signed, One Piece Fanatic again. Answer: a lot of people seem curious about this, but that is 3 life stories to tell. It would never end if I got started on that. First, Sabo was 10 years old when Dragon rescued him. As he met more revolutionaries and learned about what was happening in the world, their ideals resonated with his own. It was around that time that he met Hack, who was teaching Fishman karate to the orphans taken in by the Revolutionary Army. But while Sabo had no memory, he was already beyond the need for lessons in fighting. He took Dragon as his master, showed his skill in battle, and grew frightfully strong. When he was 13, a 14-year-old Koala joined the revolutionaries through Hack's introduction. After some time, she learned Fishman karate from Hack and became an assistant instructor. Careful, watchful Hack and Koala were a good match. For Sabo, careful, watchful Hack. Okay, it wasn't just like, careful, watchful Hack. It was careful, watchful Hack and Koala were a good match for Sabo, and they were assigned various missions as a team. That's about the order of events that brought them together. There's a bit more elaboration in the anime, but there won't be time to tell the entire backstory, so go ahead and imagine it for yourself. And in the anime, it does elaborate more on Sabo's time with the revolutionaries, including him assaulting an entire castle by himself and basically bodying everybody inside of this fortress by himself. It was a nice series of episodes with Sabo's time with the revolutionaries. But that's pretty much the gist of how they all came together. Chapter 800! Sun's Cups. Requests. The 7 goats desperately trying to keep Prince Sanji from kissing Snow Robin by I feel like Law's reactions are getting more exaggerated from Saitama. And then Luffy is holding a big old dish of sake and he's going, I ain't drinking this.
What?
I don't really like alcohol anyway.
It ain't for the flavor, sir. Listen close. Because of what happened here, some big-time players are gonna be chasing y'all. And you saved our lives. We owe you a debt, see?
But if I drink this stuff, then I have to be the master captain of this big fleet, won't I? Don't I?
Exactly. With an armada of 5,600 at your beck and call, you'll be one of the greatest of pirates. After all, you're gonna be the king of the pirates one day, Mr. Luffy. Even this ain't enough for you to conquer the world with.
Forget it. You're wasting your time with them. Pour that stuff into a mug and I'll drink it.
It ain't for taste, it's a ritual.
Why, Straw Hat? How can this much power not be enough? Even the strongest of men cannot match the power of numbers. There will come a time when you'll need us.
It'll cramp my style.
What? Why does he look so unhappy?
More importantly, aren't they getting ready for a party back there?
His attention has moved to the food!
Enough nonsense, Straw Hat. I'm your senior and a huge star. Don't you see what it means that I will affiliate myself with you?
Let's grab it and pour it down his throat. You disrespected your followers' power. You're gonna get it, Savior. For being followers, you guys sure have a bad attitude.
As Usopp is saying this to both Ideo and Sai.
Listen, I just want to be the king of the pirates, that's all. I don't want to be some kind of big shot.
And everyone, including me, just tilt to the side, confused at the fact that Luffy doesn't understand what being the king of the pirates will mean. And then Law is the only one who says,
What? What the heck is he talking about?
and then Zoro doesn't waste time and just sticks his hand in a sake dish and slurps it up.
Dang, this is good stuff.
Manners! At least use a cup!
And then Rob is just laughing. And then Frankie goes,
Oh, let me try.
even if I ever think we're in trouble, I'll shout for your help. Then you can come save us. I don't have to be a boss or a great pirate, right? If you're in trouble, call for us. We'll come and help you. Talk about contradictions in terms? Seriously. I don't want to be, I just want to be the king of the pirates. I don't want to be a big shot. So Luffy really just sees the king of the pirates as like the person who's the most free, but that's it in his eyes, not fully understanding the scope of what that title means. So yeah, Luffy's a surface level observer. Yeah, he's a surface level observer. He doesn't Luffy's not the type of person that would read in between the lines. I don't have to be a boss or a great pirate, right? If you're in trouble, call for us. We'll come and help you. I won't forget about how we fought Mingo together.
Okay, I think I know what you're saying. To Mr. Luffy, being the king of the pirates doesn't mean being big, but free.
I don't want to steal, I just want to take stuff without permission. Exactly, Kohagen. That is a fantastic example.
What was that?
We're taking fire!
The Navy?
No way! We made sure to sew all the battleships together!
Have Columbus take charge. We're still busy here. Drive them off, whoever they are.
Yes, sir!
It's Straw Hat Luffy, the man worth 500 million berries there! Hand him over! We had a major deal with Doflamingo, and now it's all on the rocks! This is an allied fleet of those who have a bone to pick with you. If he's the new king in town, then King Riku's gotta pay the tab. Fire!
Fire!
I gotta say, I'm even more crazy about you than before, Mr. Luffy.
Ga. Same here. Now give the speech, Bartolomeo. It doesn't matter if he doesn't drink the father's cup.
And that was Harudin who had that laugh. I like it. I like his laugh. I like his laugh. His laugh is just as extravagant as Broggy and Dory.
It doesn't matter if he doesn't drink the father's cup.
That's a good point. If we're each doing our own thing, this works. You can't stop free people from doing what they want.
Huh? Is that right?
Mr. Luffy, I'm gonna be selfish and give the speech anyway.
Huh?
Fire!
That's Olympus's Yonta Maria fleet!
We'll be famous if we sink them.
People of Dressrosa, return to shore. It's dangerous here.
But if we're not here, Fujitora will attack you! Fire! Fire!
And then all of a sudden, all of the pirates who were affiliated with Doflamingo, relying on him for business, all of their ships get crushed and beset by a whole bunch of rubble that just suddenly falls out of the sky.
Whoa! The rubble just landed on top of the enemy fleet!
That there's a parting gift, Straw Hat.
As Fujitora gave Luffy and company an out. He used all the rubble that he had, preparing to crush them, and he crushed the rival pirates who were coming after them instead. Fujitora. The GOAT. The GOAT!
And now, Mr. Luffy,
As everyone holds up cups in front of Luffy.
as followers, we hereby swear to become both the shield and spear of our boss, Mr. Straw Hat Luffy. In recognition of our debt to you, we seven do give our lives to take these Sun's cups and drink them in your honor.
And this is a very beautiful spread, as all of the crews of these major captains are, defending the ship, while Harudin, Orlumbus, Bartolomeo, Cavendish, Ideo, and Sai, and Leo Leo, I almost didn't notice him. He's so tiny.
He's so tiny.
I almost didn't notice Leo as they prepare to drink the cups in front of Luffy and they chug it. What are you guys doing? Oh, it's official!
Prepare the feast!
It's already!
Time to celebrate the founding of the Straw Hat Fleet! Over 5,600 strong!
We can't stop them.
What the heck are Sun's cups?
Goes Frankie with Robin.
Nice to be working for you, boss Straw Hat.
Nice to be working for you, boss Straw Hat.
And then it shows Zoro licking his lips as Luffy goes, I haven't drunk any of it, yet somehow it's empty. And it shows that Zoro's off to the side just licking his lips because he drank all of it. He drank all of Luffy's sake from his dish. Then Sai speaks up.
This works just fine. You be the way you always have. We swore our loyalty to you on our own. That's all. And if anything happens, we'll risk our lives to get there on our own. No harm in having folks like that on your side, is there? So I'm sure you could certainly keep our 7 names and faces in your...
Luffy, the main dish is fighting fish steak.
Oh, that sounds delicious! As Luffy just runs off in the middle of Sai speaking. And then Cavendish.
We're going to set sail and have our party, Leo. What about you?
They could say you refused us, so now Zoro is our boss? And then Luffy probably would have gotten upset at that they're treating Zoro as a big shot. And then he was all like, no, I'm the boss! Because that sounds like something that Luffy would do. They could have did that. But this way is just fine. This way is just fine. They see a man who doesn't want to do things in a more traditional way, so they decide to do things in their own way. Despite him. Because Luffy has clearly shown that he does things without asking permission or even letting people have a say in Edgewise, so they decided to treat Luffy the exact same way. He finally got a taste of his own medicine. Because how many times throughout this entire series has Luffy done things and he's never asked permission and he expects people to go along with it? Now, the same thing has happened directly in front of him.
So that's what that feels like.
We're going to set sail and have our party, Leo. What about you?
I'll join the party!
How long are you gonna cry down there? Oh, man, I can't even stand. I'm so overwhelmed.
Don't worry, I can get your little cupcake to take me home.
Let me read that again, because I butchered it.
Don't worry, I can get your yellow cupcake to take me home.
Sunny, with a high chance of falling rubble. On this day, the seas around Dressrosa experienced a most uncommon type of weather.
Vice Admiral Bastille, the rubble's fallen at last!
The rubble's fallen at last. Vice Admiral Bastille, report!
The rubble's fallen at last!
The rubble's fallen at last. Are the Straw Hats wiped out then?
Actually, it's all missing!
What is the meaning of this? I don't really have the right to chase y'all. I'm hoping to keep this under wraps, but for cleaning up the government's mess, you have my utmost thanks.
As Fujitora bows in the direction of Luffy and everybody else as the rubble continues to fall on the rival pirate crew that tried to take out Luffy and everybody else.
I heard that.
As Sengoku was on the back of the gorilla and he saw Fujitora acting the way he did.
Looks like they've gotten away safely.
That's great. I hope I see Lucy again someday.
Is my hand warm?
As Rebecca finally takes the hand of her father, which she hasn't been able to do because Kiros has always been scared to touch his own daughter with his own hands because he saw his own hands as dirty. And he starts tearing up and thinking,
Yes, it's very warm.
Huh? Are you crying again?
I am not crying. That is nonsense.
All right, you louts. Our fight against the Mingo family ends in victory! And everyone just starts partying, going, yeah! As they sail out on the open seas.
Through the very odd practice of Sun's cups and forces unexpected and out of their control, 7 odd and mighty warriors labeled themselves the followers of Straw Hat Luffy.
After this moment, they will each grow in power until they eventually cause a great incident of historic proportions. But for the moment, that is a story no one yet knows about. And that is the end of chapter 800. Now, just saying, we still don't know about the events of what they refer to in chapter 799. We don't know. Those events have not transpired. Not yet. And now Luffy has some backup whether he wants to or not. And now for a little foreshadowing. Yep, chapter 801, opening speech. Request: Cavendish and his horse Farul cultivating flowers, and also eating the flowers as well, by Sakura from Chiba. Do those flowers have thorns on them? If they don't, then it makes sense that he's able to eat them. The Palace of Dressrosa.
Not finding a list of smugglers, but there were obvious signs it was all stolen.
Not finding a list of smugglers, but there were obvious signs it was all stolen.
As I expected, all of the military weapons left in the underground port were stolen after the incident concluded. That's a lot of material. This was an organization at work. The Navy was alarmed about it too. Cypher Pole, Aegis 0. The revolutionaries? Yeah, had to be them. We're done here. Come back. Gotcha.
They're an obnoxious bunch.
Yes, they're an obnoxious bunch.
Yes, you're exactly right, boss.
Just like you.
Garo! Go Garo! Yowza! Talk about harsh.
And we get a person who looks very recognizable. One person that has like a mask all over their face. One that looks very similar to an individual we saw back in Annie's lobby. And then we have another person with a pigeon on his shoulder and a very recognizable chin. That makes one think, could this be Rob Lucci and Spandam? This is a land of tragedy. One after the other, the strings of darkness had dangled overhead, each representing a tragedy befallen. So the people stifled their tears to the rhythm of the beat that resounds above the fray. And everyone's having a good time, everyone's dancing, Gyatz is enjoying himself, everyone's dancing, I see Viola as well. Thus the curtains are drawn to a nameless scene, long, sad, and without fanfare, leaving only the truth in your ears. The king has returned, and peace lies ahead. And then King Riku speaks.
I would like to propose a suggestion to you, good people.
And then we have Chief Tonta.
Well, I suppose that's my cue to introduce myself. I'm Gancho, the Chief Tonta. Standing next to me is my daughter. I'm Mancherry. Oh, she's so cute.
You want us to build this, Leo?
That's right.
As Leo is speaking to some shipwrights.
So the reverie is this year, and coming soon too. Many nations are already preparing for it.
Those who visit this land may find themselves surprised.
Ham, please. Oh, Rebecca and Mancherry, welcome.
By the adorable sight of precious little tontatas, naturally coexisting with people throughout the city.
Oh, come on, we haven't even finished building houses yet.
Trust us, this is top priority.
As they make statues of the saviors of Dressrosa, one being Gyros, the other being Lucy, and the other being Usopp with the same face he had that sent Sugar into a straight-up shock. This is the land of love, passion, and fairies. Dressrosa.
Good point.
Naval fleet at sea.
Once this escort is done, I intend to go a-wandering. After all, I can't set foot inside any base without hauling in Straw Hat and Law with me.
Stubborn fool. One word of apology and Sakazuki would get to keep his pride.
And what would become of my pride then? Oh, you.
It was Fujitora. He's a real idiot, Otsuru.
That was your final chance. If he had sided with me and helped crush those kids, it wouldn't have come to this. I was the one holding the reins on all the monsters in this world. You shouldn't have taken me down. Mark my words. You will rue this mistake.
Don't give me this pathetic claptrap. The play-pretend world where this and that might have happened does not exist. The only reality is the result of what happened, and you lost.
Oh, there's no getting the best of you, is there?
It takes a thief to know a thief. What happens to the world of pirates now?
Let me turn that question back on you. What do you think happens to monsters when they've lost their food and the leash is gone? Is there anyone standing atop this sea now? Who rules this stretch of water? Is it one of the 4 emperors of the sea? Perhaps the 7 warlords who use their trickery to get by? Maybe those brats in the worst generation. But then, there are the forces of justice. The Navy reigns supreme, and the Revolutionary Army. The will of the people is stocked with fighters to be reckoned with. And the people of the D who have smoldered away beneath the currents of history. When will they show themselves and where? Who will aid whom? Who will betray them? You tell those celestial dragons and Marijois, you will be dragged from your lofty perch. It's been 25 years since Gold Roger became the first man to conquer the Grand Line. His rival Whitebeard sat before the throne but never upon it. And what about now? The number of pirates have swelled, but there's still just the one seat, sitting empty. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is going to kick off the greatest battle for power in the history of pirate kind.
And then there's silence.
Am I going to impel down? At least give me a subscription to the daily paper. That'll keep me from getting bored.
And as he's saying that, some ships are in the distance, and they are spying the naval ships that are transporting Doflamingo to impel down.
4 battleships, but an overwhelming cast aboard them. Are they going to bring down a country? That much for a simple escort? I guess that's Doflamingo for ya. Oh boy, looks like we can't seize Joker. Shall we return, Captain Jack? Why would we?
Huh?
Of course we're doing it, you idiot.
Huh?
Who the heck do you think I am?
Huh?
Meanwhile, Luffy's crew.
Okay, this is obviously ridiculous. Why does this look more like Luffy's ship than ours?
Gosh, that's really nice of you to say.
It wasn't a compliment.
Barto Club ship, Mr. Luffy Go. And it really is Bartolomeo's ship, and it looks it's kind of reminiscent of the Mary to a certain degree. There's motifs of every single Straw Hat member all over the ship. And they have like a dish. They have like a dish that's sealed with glass that has a piece of paper on it.
And this fever card points to the real Mr. Luffy.
They got a Luffy's Viver card sitting in this like dish that's just floating so that they always know where Luffy is. That's convenient when you think about it. It's kind of convenient.
And this fever card points to the real Mr. Luffy. Yeah, welcome to our humble little ship, and thank you for stepping aboard.
And the entire Barto Club is just in tears. Yeah, Merry-Go, Chopper's antlers, Luffy at the front. We got the Merry-Go head at the back. There's it, and I see oranges that looks like it's on the back as well. Since this whole ship is just patterned off of every member of the Straw Hat crew.
Boss, he's shining so bright I can't look at him.
Yeah, ditto.
Great, they're all like this.
I didn't know Sabo made a Viver card for me.
Yeah, how about that Mr. Sabo? He's considerate, powerful. What a guy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be your follower, but I'll take a piece just in case.
So Bellamy took a piece of Luffy's Viver card so that he can keep it with him as well. And then everyone else took pieces too.
We'll take scraps too. This is farewell for now. Until we meet again, Master Straw Hat Luffy.
So long, guys! And this is a flashback when all the rest of the Straw Hat fleet basically just left. Ah, that was a fun party. I like those guys.
Just get us to Zoe at once, Bartolomeo.
I wonder if Sanji's group got to the island safely.
Nami was with them, so the voyage shouldn't have been a problem. The real issue was Big Mom's ship.
Hey, Luffy.
Huh?
Did you notice our bounties went up?
What? Really?
Oh, so you didn't know? Well, I got all the posters hanging up in my chamber. Right this way.
This way!
And then the Barto Club creates this big overhanging archway with their arms, and then they literally, one crew member literally rolls out the red carpet for Luffy. Luffy is basically... What's the well-known celebrity that would get this type of treatment? I feel like, in terms of being famous, I would say either Keanu Reeves or Henry Cavill. I'm just saying, like, something that people will honestly do this for because this person is just a good person overall. They literally roll out the red carpet for him.
And you, Trafalgar, I threw yours out, but you're up to 500 million.
Cool, thanks. Not that I care about the number.
The fact, there are some pirates out there that don't even care about the bounty number that they have. They're just out there doing their own thing. They're not bounty chasing. Some are. And some of them are no longer in the story because of that. But Law's out here just doing his own thing, not even caring about what type of bounty number he gets at the end of the day. That's so cool.
Cool, thanks. Not that I care about the number.
Go on, feast your eyes on these babies.
You framed them?
And I got all your autographs to the left. Straw Hat
Luffy. Bounty. 500 million berries.
I'm at 500 million?
Yahoo!
Pirate Hunter Zoro. Bounty 320 million berries. Hey, you got any drinks to celebrate? Demon Child Nico Robin. Bounty 130 million berries.
Oh dear, mine's gone up.
Cyborg Frankie. Bounty 94 million berries.
almost hit 9 digits, and my photo's General Frankie!
God Usopp, bounty of 200 million berries.
Ah! Now there's a huge bounty on my actual face! They're all coming for me! But I'm kinda happy. Not a great picture, though!
And it's the photo that they use of Usopp being held up by Harudin in the sunlight, which makes me wonder who took that photo.
Hey! What gives? How come you got such a raise? Now I'm the only one under 100 mil! This sucks!
Ah! Even my crewmates are after me! Wait, look! Nami and the others are there, too!
Whoa, Sanji's poster isn't a sketch anymore.
He looks so dumb. Blackleg Sanji, bounty of 177 million berries. Cat Burglar Nami, bounty 66 million berries.
When did you get this picture taken?
Chopper, the cotton candy lover, bounty 100 berries.
I have no words. The poor guy.
Soul King Brook, bounty 83 million berries.
That's just his concert poster!
In addition to those who displayed their menace especially well in this battle, everyone got a minimum bump of 50 million berries. That includes us. But did you notice this yet? Check it. There's something weird here on Mr. Blackleg Sanji's poster.
Huh? He's only to be taken alive? And that's the big mystery. Sanji's to be taken alive. Chapter 802, Zoe. And then we have Hale coming down on the Straw Hat crew as they're sailing.
Watch out! They're huge!
It's Hale! Hale the size of your head! Ah! It's breaching the deck! It's breaching the deck!
Mr. Luffy, get yourself inside!
What do you mean? I'll help!
Which way are we going? Who's the navigator? I need orders. Oh, we don't have a navigator. We will all land Gangsters, so...
This is the new world!
Hey, Grandma, it's me, Gambia. Listen, there's some huge...
I'm burping a whole lot. I don't know what that is. I ain't sick. I ain't about to upchuck. I'm fine. That was weird.
Hey, Grandma, it's me, Gambia. Listen, there's some huge hail falling here.
He's always calling his grandma back home when there's trouble.
Great, so you do know someone to ask for advice. Well, hurry!
All right, guys, here's the advice. You know how there's that gum stuck to the deck?
Yeah, we've never been able to get it off.
Wrap that hail in cloth and freeze the gum with it.
Wow, it just came right off. That's not the kind of advice we need right now!
And then one piece of hail hits the same dude that's peeling off the gum of their deck with ice. They're like, this is horrible advice. This advice is just to get gum off of things, not actual advice to avoid and navigate through a hailstorm at sea. Gambia. Stop calling you Grandma. I'm sure she's nice.
See? He took a shot to the head!
She says to rub the lump with sugar.
Enough with the folk wisdom! Oh no! We're going down! Nami, save us!
So many
ships to choose from, and we had to pick this one!
I guess we'll have to handle this ourselves. Are these guys for real?
If only we had the Sunny's equipment.
It's so lively.
Like, all this stuff is happening, and Ramen's all like, oh, it's so lively. We could die at any moment in the middle of this hailstorm where the hail is as big as your head, but
This is so lively. Your sense of danger. Where is it?
Why don't you start by putting up a barrier?
But Grandma always says, don't fight against nature, or you'll pay the price.
If you're that scared, go back and live on land.
Hey, y'all, with the Straw Hat crew on board, we got the strength of 1,000. They don't fear no gods in nature.
How did you people survive this long?
then it cuts to another section of the sea where they're facing off against giant sea beasts. They're falling down giant ravines in the water. They're sailing through massive storms. And now we're at Navy HQ. We report that the AO pirates, formerly working under Whitebeard, have been wiped out.
Was it him again?
Yes, the warlord Edward Weevil.
How many former Whitebeard captains has gone down now?
That was the 16th. Just like always, it seems they got into an argument and then the entire town was blown off the map. Naval HQ Admiral Kizaru Borsellino, just casually clipping his nails in his office. We estimate a good 600 casualties. Everywhere he goes, the civilian damage is tremendous. I don't know if we can overlook this, even if he is in the Seven Warlords.
Quite a quandary.
His claim of being Whitebeard Edward Newgate's actual son is quite impressive, if perhaps a bit suspect.
Well, the truth or falsehood of that claim doesn't matter to us. No matter what bloodline he's from, he possesses one very significant source of value to us. As a pirate, he is tremendously powerful, just like the real Whitebeard in his youth, at least in terms of strength.
As it shows this Edward Weevil character walking over the defeated bodies of the AO pirates, one of these pirates being one that was present at the Paramount War.
They're all dummies. They don't understand. They all say the same thing. They say they only sent the Whitebeard was the Whitebeard pirate crew. But mama, I'm the son of Whitebeard. My hair's white.
One of the 7 warlords of the sea, self-styled Whitebeard Jr., Edward Weevil, form a bounty of 480 million berries. And he is this massive dude that has like stitches around his neck and around his arm, and he has this overly large mustache to be patterned off of that of Whitebeard. but he has like a snot bubble coming out of his nose, and he's this top-heavy dude. This top-heavy dude that looks like he's kind of dumb a little bit. He's kind of sloth-like.
That's right, Sonny. The Whitebeard pirates were just playing family. The only son with the blood of Whitebeard, the strongest pirate in the world, is you. And that makes me the woman Whitebeard loved.
Weevil's mother, self-styled Whitebeard's lover, Miss Buckin.
Now get it together, my treasure.
Oh, that hurts, Mama.
It really is Weevil's voice, is it? I haven't caught up, and he's very rotund, yes. Ivan, I haven't caught up to the English dub of One Piece yet. I'm still on the episodes leading into Whole Cake Island. I gotta catch up. I have no excuse. I gotta catch up because they're all the way in Wano. Like, the English dub for One Piece is already deep within Wano. But I gotta catch up. I don't know what Edward Weevil's English dub voice sounds like, but if you say it sounds like him,
Now get it together, my treasure.
Oh, that hurts, Mama.
And Miss Buckin here is this old short lady. So like she shows so short that she doesn't even come up to Edward Weevil's knees. That's how short she is. But she's old. She's got shades on. She has like this Mo Howard haircut, and she's got like painted nails, and she's very old, very old. Because nobody sober would touch that ugliness. Look, man, we talked about that endlessly. We talked about it all the time on this channel. Even when I first started reading One Piece, we talked about how that didn't make sense. How it didn't make sense. We talked about it forever. We talked about it, and it's still very present now.
Look at this.
Is that a mirror?
No, it's a picture of Whitebeard.
Oh, I thought it was a mirror.
How can these two look so alike and not be father and son? What a fool!
Oh, I'm sorry, Mama.
But I forgive you because I love you.
Mama!
Let's get going. Tell me, what do you need to do next, Sonny?
I forgot.
You have to search for Mako the Phoenix and all the other remnants of the Whitebeard crew, and then seize it from them. Your father Newgate must have left behind a massive inheritance. As his true son, you are the rightful heir.
As a news coup flies over to Miss Buckin and gives her a newspaper.
Oh, okay, I get it. But I still gotta get revenge on the very Blackbeard who killed Dad. I'm gonna kill him. He won't get away with it.
Fool, you foolish boy. Vengeance will never be in fashion. It won't earn you a single berry. Grrr. We've got to have money. You need to inherit his fortune.
What's wrong, Mama?
Doflamingo's gone down. It's him again, Gob's grandson.
She must be a hottie back then. Only time will tell if we ever learn.
It's him again, Gob's grandson. They say Mako and the other captains protected him during the Paramount War.
Then he might know about Mako. Should I go whoop him?
1 week later, on the Mr. Luffy Go.
The fog's so thick I can't see a thing.
How seasick can you be? And you call yourselves pirates?
Grandma says it's better if you chew gum.
Is that why there's gum stuck all over the ship? The boss. I see something at 2 o'clock.
How are you out at sea? How are you out at sea and you don't know how to sail? Not a single one of you got your sea legs. If they still upchucking like, if they're still acting like this, after all this time of them sailing out on the sea, y'all are some bad pirates. How did you survive this long? If you feel sick, chew gum. What are you chewing? What gum are you chewing? Advil?
Boss, I see something at 2 o'clock.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well,
in this thick mist. It looks like a mountain or a monster.
What kind of monsters could be mistaken for a mountain?
They can't even speak without feeling like they're about to blow chunks.
But it seems to be slowly moving.
That's just because you're seasick.
A moving mountain? Let's check it out!
No, you idiot! Our top priority is getting out of this maze of mist. If we hit a reef, we'll go under.
Wait, God.
And Law calls Usopp God.
Wait, God.
God? Oh, jeez. It's so hard getting used to being a 200 million man.
As Frankie is in the background with the shades on, just staring down Usopp with an upset, with a very, very irritated face.
Yeah, the Navy Admirals are already on the lookout for you. Look at this. The Viva card is pointing that way.
Oh, you're right! So your friends must be up ahead!
I've heard this place resists intrusion, what with the heavy mist and reverse sea currents.
We've got a headwind! We got a headwind too! Hoist the sails and man the oars!
Roger that!
What kind of response is that?
You look pale, Usopp. Need some gum?
I was ignoring reality.
And then the ship stops. All the sails are pulled up. Huh? Is this the island called Zo?
Nah! It don't make no sense!
This is bad! Very bad! Turn around right now!
Nope, this is the place.
But, Traffy, it's an elephant!
Ah! What?
That's right. Zo's the name of the place that flourished on the back of an elephant.
What? Is it alive?
It's on the move at all times, a mysterious, elusive island that never stays in one place. Because it's not actual land, you can't track it with a log post. It's my first time coming here.
Note, Zo is the Japanese word for elephant.
If it's heading away from us, then Blackleg's team might have gotten there long before we did.
So we've been chasing down an elephant that was moving away from us the entire time.
That's right. Prepare to disembark. Can you give us some food? Can you give us some of your food supplies?
Why should I help you?
Fine. Will you give Straw Hat some of your food?
Go ahead and take everything we got.
So this is Zo. So many truly odd and eerie things can be found overseas. I only hope that Momonosuke is safe. Wait, I've heard that Zo is home to some man-hating people. That's right, the Minks. They've been keeping humankind away from their home here for nearly 1,000 years, I hear.
1,000 years? On the back of an elephant?
1,000 years? On the back of an elephant?
Then that means that elephant's been alive for an entire millennium? As it shows the darkened eye sockets of this massive, gigantic, island-sized elephant. And that is the end of chapter 802. Onwards to 803. I think we have 806. So we got 3 more chapters after this one. But we got an SBS first. Question. In the flashback to the Koreda Coliseum in chapter 794, Luffy says, what exactly is he trying to say? If I could interpret, it would be, what the heck, I want to spend so much more time with you. Man, Odachi's obsession with big boobs is crazy, right? Is that correct? Where did that last sentence come in? Where does that have got to do with it? What does that got to do with anything? Sign Shuntamu from Kumamoto. Bzz, wrong. The later part was so wrong it practically defies belief. The correct answer is, what the heck, where have you been all this time? I was so sure you were dead. I'm so glad. By the way, Odachi's obsession with big boobs is crazy, right? Question. Mr. Oda! Hesso! Which is a greeting you get from Skypiea. I noticed that the ruined island balloon terminal that Uruj was on recently had a ton of balloons stuck to it. Is it floating with the power of the balloons? Sign Kamiki. Answer. You were looking very closely. That's right. Balloons are packed full of helium gas, the very personification of the desire to fly. We've all seen what happens when a child lets go of a balloon and it flies away too much crying, and it flies away too much crying and screaming. See, I know so much. I felt that because there have been times when I let go of a balloon and it's just gone forever, and then I just see it sail into the distance, and all I can do is just stare at it. Oh, Gata, good to see you. Welcome back. We're about to go to the last 3 chapters of this volume. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this series, man. I'm so excited. We've all seen what happens when a child lets go of a balloon and it flies away to much crying and screaming. So where do those balloons go? That's right, to this, the final destination of all balloons, Balloon Terminal. It's a sky island born from the carelessness of children wandering the skies. At one point, a culture flourished atop it, then died out, but it still flies on. So, wow, so the whole place where Urouge was, that's a whole sky island that has pretty much been accumulating countless amounts of balloons from children who dropped them from the sea below. Chapter 803, Elephant Climbing. I gotta hurry up with this. Requests: Frankie racing a sharp in a ship designed by Usopp by Getsuo from Fukushima. Wow! Shut up already! This is the grand ship, the holy vessel that carries the blessed Strawhead crew. Hallelujah, Mr. Thousand Sunny! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! Stop praying!
Well, at least we know they made it to Zoe without a doubt.
Seems like they got away from Big Mom safely. I don't see any external damage.
Hey, Sanji! Nami! Chopper! Brock! Momo! And, the gas guy.
There's nobody in the cabin.
Then they all disembarked.
Take care on your trip, everyone!
You're going with us, because Usopp wants to stay behind.
Sirs and madam, you need anything else? We'd love to tag along and get a long dream peek at the Straw Hat All-Stars together, but we don't want to interfere with the adventuring of the gods. Our bliss barometers are already peaking out. Until the day we meet again, we will all strive to be worthy of claiming the title of Straw Hat Affiliation. And if on that serendipitous day you should find we humble servants to be worthy, it would be the greatest of honors to receive the full remaining autographs, fresh from the pens of gods.
They totally ignored us!
An earthworm?
No, it's a snake. I see legs.
I see legs. It's gotta be a lizard. But still, even that is sheer bliss. Spring forth, rising dragon.
Dragon?
Wow, I really feel
sorry for this. I feel really sorry for this creature.
Oh, come now. As they say, an eye for an eye.
It's so cute,
goes Robin.
Now cling to this dragon's back.
What? It can't fly?
What? It can't fly?
Let's go! So long, Lomi and the gang. Thanks for the ride!
What? Did he just say my name?
Way to go, boys!
Nah! Thank you, sir! Take care on your journey.
Way to go, boys!
Yeah, you too! So long! As everyone is on this poorly drawn dragon of Kanjudo's climbing up the leg of this elephant. And so, the crew headed for the top of the mysterious island, Zoe. But now, we cut to Revolutionary Army HQ, Baltigo, Grand Line. All around the world, Dragon, rebel forces are emerging victorious.
The fall of the Don Quixote family had wide-reaching effects. Just look at how many nations were involved in weapons smuggling. No wonder things have changed now. But warn them not to rest easy on their victory. The world government will not take this lying down. Cypherpole has been augmented in recent years. We must be vigilant.
Yes, sir! Revolutionary Army Commander-in-Chief, Monkey D. Dragon.
Dragon, the weapons we brought from Dressrosa appear to include a special kind of metal.
Special metal?
Are you familiar with drunken iron ore? Only a small number of countries can produce it, so we might be able to identify who's creating the weapons.
That is excellent news, and we regained our lost comrades from Dressrosa. Your operation there was a resounding success.
Ah, shucks. I had Sabo and Luffy for help.
And how was Robin?
It seems the report that she was captured at Sabaody was a total fabrication.
Oh wait, let me read this again.
It seems the report that she was captured at Sabaody was a total fabrication.
Of course, Robin was lively and well. But aren't you going to ask about Luffy?
No, I've heard enough already.
Oh, you probably heard from Sabo then.
And Sabo is outside as he's outside training. He's outside training so he can better control the flame fruit. Like, he's doing kicks and his legs are coated in fire. We've seen Ace use his hands for attacks and shoot fire out of his body, but we never seen him use it for actual martial arts. And since Sabo is an actual hand-to-hand combatant who's had training, physical hand-to-hand training, that's gonna make him even deadly. I want to say that will probably make him even deadlier than Ace ever was.
Oh, you probably heard from Sabo then.
More importantly, Koala,
Yes?
we will need their help. Call an assembly of all the revolutionary leaders throughout the world.
Okay. What? We're going to bring all those intense people here again?
Somewhere in the new world. Gotcha. Lafitte speaking, as we cut to 2 ships of the Blackbeard pirates. Burgess, is that you? We went to Dressrosa for you, but you weren't there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So he was still alive after all.
Emperor of the Sea, Blackbeard pirates, 2nd ship captain, Shiryu of the Rain.
I was pretty much knocked out and unable to contact you.
Where in the world are you? Where are you now? Where in the world were you? Where are you now? Emperor of the Sea, Blackbeard pirates, 5th ship captain, Demon Sheriff Lafitte.
I'm in a white place. All island, all in white. An island all in white. I snuck into the bilge of a ship. Tell Captain Teach to attack this place at once, and we can get a load of weapons.
How many times do I need to tell you? It's Commodore Teach.
And get Doc Q over here. I'm badly wounded and on the brink of death.
Out with it, Burgess. Where are you?
I don't know the name of the place. It's somewhere nobody knew about. Just follow my Viva card here. It's where you'll find Dragon and that hateful Sabo. I found it. The headquarters of the Revolutionary Army.
And Burgess is laying there, bloodied and beaten, in an alcove on the outskirts, around the area of the base of the revolutionaries. Buggy Town, Empty Bluffs Island, New World. Don't know why, but Lafitte is your favorite Blackbeard pirate? There's so much about Lafitte that we don't even know. And he's been with Teach one of the longest. But we don't know nothing about Lafitte. I'm not too worried about like the level 6 inmates such as Katarina Devon, San Juan Wolf, Avalo, Pizarro, and Vasco Shot. But Lafitte's been with Teach for the longest. We don't know anything about him though. Like how he got to join his crew. Or Burgess or Doc Q or Stronger for that matter. Hopefully in the future we learn how those initial members of the Blackbeard Pirates got to be with Blackbeard to begin with. I hope we learn that one day. Buggy Town, Empty Bluffs Island, New World.
Chairman Buggy! Yeah! What is it?
Our transponder snails are ringing off the hook for more manpower. Now that Doflamingo isn't supplying the weapons anymore, they're all begging... now that Doflamingo isn't supplying the weapons anymore, they're all begging for pirate mercenaries. We've got a monopoly on the fighting business.
Yeah!
Oh, wait, let me see that. Let me do that again.
Now that Doflamingo isn't supplying the weapons anymore, they're all begging for mercenaries. We've got a monopoly on the fighting business. On the fighting business. Yeah! Good to know, men. Once you've eaten your fill, it's time to go raise hell. Get out there and pillage.
Pirate Temp Agency, Buggy's Delivery.
Every act of piracy you commit under the name of Buggy the Genius Jester becomes the legal business of a warlord of the sea. Yeah!
Buggy's Delivery Chairman, Warlord of the Sea, Buggy the Genius Jester. And this is the first time we see Buggy since the time skip. His hair is even longer. His body looks even larger. He's got a giant circus of a delivery service. And also, if you remember, when I was reading one of the previous volumes after the Paramount War was over, and Mr. 3 got a letter that flew in towards Buggy, and they were shocked to see what it was. It turned out that it was well, actually, you know what? Let's just continue. Let's just continue real quick, because I don't know if they'll cover it in the chapters I forgot. But Buggy's just having a good old time while everyone in his crew is just chilling.
Buggy! Buggy! Buggy!
Oh, Chairman Buggy, we got a message from our Class S mercenary, Harudine.
Huh?
He's quitting the company.
Well, one of them isn't going to hurt. We've got 4 more giants with us.
No, all 5 of them are.
Huh? Those are our biggest breadwinners, and just at the start of our busy season. Tell me why.
I don't think you want to know.
Tell me!
This is Zoe, an island that has flourished amid the clouds atop a giant elephant's back. Okay, I can say it because I think it was shown during Ace's flashback, where a letter was sent in for him to want to join the warlords as well, but he refused. That same letter was sent in a little while after the Paramount War, where Buggy was then invited to become one of the warlords of the sea by the world government. Moji let himself go. Alvida? Yeah, Alvida's in there and she chilling. She chilling. She's got like her own big old like ringleader top hat with a ringleader coat and everything. She looks, even though we see Alvida from a distance, she's just co-chilling. She co-chilling. Who's that chick, Alvida? But yeah, that is Alvida. Let's continue on. It's already 2 hours and I'm still on chapter 803, so I need to hurry up because I still got One Punch Man, eat some food, and then finish Cyberpunk today. We are finishing Cyberpunk today. We're going to get all the trophies, do all the endings. We're going to platinum Cyberpunk today, but that'll be after everything is done. This is Zoe, an island that has flourished amid the clouds atop a giant elephant's back.
My arms are getting tired. It's too high. I'm scared. Don't be like that. He's trying his best.
It's so cute.
The Thing, carrying Luffy's crew, is currently elephant climbing up the back left leg. Elephant climbing? Is currently elephant climbing up the back leg.
Still can't see the top. How did Sanji's group climb up here? Are they even up there? Oh yeah, Kinemon, Kanjiro, why did you guys want to go to Zoe?
We owe our lives. We owe you our lives, so of course you deserve to be told everything. But first, we must be set at ease. Indeed, when we first left Wano, it was Zoe that was our destination. We want to know that Momonosuke is safe, and that our other companion, lost at sea, has arrived here as well. The ninja, Raizo.
And
what? Ninja? You have a ninja?
And everyone, this piques the interest of every dude. This piques the interest of every single dude on the dragon that's climbing up Zoe, including Law. Law's all like, huh? Ninja? He's looking back because all the dudes. Zoro's looking back like, huh? Ninja? Usopp's looking back, huh? Ninja? Luffy's all like, huh? Ninja? Frankie's all like, huh? Ninja? They're all looking back. Even Law is interested.
Ninja? You have a ninja?
And what? Indeed. And while Robin says what, something goes sailing towards them.
Luffy, look up. Something's falling from above.
Huh?
Whoa! What the heck is that?
And that is the end of chapter 803. Onwards to 804 as we go to another SBS. Question. So why do all the nobles of Goa Kingdom, aside from Sabo and the Celestial Dragons, aside from Dofi and his family, look so ugly? Is it because they're so ugly on the inside? Knowing you, there's a very deep reason, so I would love to hear it. And signed, never-ending summer vacation homework. That would suck, having to do homework during the summer, or even going to summer school. I never been to summer school, so it was all like, whew, I avoided that. But, well, you see, I really hate those guys. The way they abuse their power like that, I don't understand what makes them so special. Well, if they're not going to have a shred of kindness and decency, then I'm gonna draw them with weird faces. Sorry, I got carried away there. Make them as ugly as they look on the inside. There isn't a single attractive celestial dragon. But I think Charlia is the most attractive looking one, but she's still ugly because she stank on the inside. I mean, you can look like the most beautiful individual, but if you nasty on the inside, you might as well look like St. Charlos. Question: after the fight with Diamante, I thought it was odd that Rebecca's cape was so torn, given that Robin was keeping her safe. Upon closer look, it seems that she ripped it up to tend to Kyros' wound. Aren't you worried this might be a little too sexy? What are you talking about? It's just a cape. Sign, Pecco. Answer: I am in admiration of your imagination and observation. That's right, Rebecca, admiration of your imagination and observation. The fact that I got through that so quickly. Maybe I'm capable of not flubbing my words if I just flow. That's right, Rebecca uses her cape to staunch the bleeding for Kyros. At first, I was going to have her use a lot more of her cape for first aid, but it was really getting much too sexy. So I held back and only ripped half as much of her cape. Whew, that's better. Rebecca really needs that cape. Surprisingly, summer school was actually fun, though it cut into your summer vacation. I never been to it. I never been to summer school, so I don't know. I've been to like a summer camp during summer vacation, because during the time my parents wanted me to do stuff. But never summer school. Never summer school. But if it was fun for you, more power to you. Chapter 804, Adventure in the Land Atop the Elephant's Back. Requests: Ace the Pitcher and Sabo the Catcher playing baseball with a Lapin by Chieth from Nishinomiya. It's good to see the brothers actually enjoying themselves, even though, canonically, they can never do that again. But something is falling out of the sky. Something's hurtling down at us! Indeed, is the sound Raizo makes as he runs. And it looks like a monkey with a hat on as it falls towards Luffy and company, and Luffy goes, "Watch out! Everyone dodge!" And they all dodge out of the way, and Kanjuro goes, "Nimpo technique, art of the blindfold. Guess who? Whoa, is it Kanjuro?" "Oh, you are the only one behind me anyway. Look out, you guys!" "Oh, you prankster." For some odd reason, Kanjuro covers up Kinemon's eyes, and in the process allows both him and Kinemon to get hit by this monkey, and they go sailing off down below. Digga! Kinemon! Kanjuro! Ah!
Oh no! They fell off! Dang! What was that just fell at us? That just fell past us?
I don't know. At first I thought it was a blood-drenched person stuck full of knives, but then it looked like a baby monkey.
Why would you think that at first? Kinemon! Kanjuro!
Did they fall into the sea?
We gotta go save him!
I am well.
Huh, that's Kinemon! Oh good, he's alive!
Go on ahead. We shall catch up before long.
Come on, we're friends! Let's go down and get him!
Hey, dragon, start climbing down.
And the dragon is all like,
Dragon, turn back! It's too cruel. We can't tell this poor thing to go back.
Seems like he just wants to finish his duty as quick as he can. Poor guy's in pain. Let's just let him take us.
it's so cute.
Sorry, guys, we're going ahead. We'll meet up later.
Understood.
Oh no, you don't! No unauthorized entry!
Go on ahead.
Huh? Did you guys hear that unfamiliar voice mixed in with them too?
You can do it.
Goes Robin as she gets kind of teary-eyed. over the cuteness of the dragon climbing up the leg of Zoe. And it continues on.
It's the top!
And they keep going until they reach the top.
You can do it!
Almost there.
You can do it! You can do it! Dragon!
Ryunosuke the dragon.
Ryunosuke! Ryunosuke! You can do it! You can do it!
And then they finally get to the top.
We made it!
And then the Ryunosuke smiles. Ryunosuke, you'll turn back into a drawing now. As Robin says with tears in her eyes, like she's overcome by the cuteness of this drawing. Well, she sees it as cute.
You.
Hey, wait! Don't go! Ryunosuke!
Ryunosuke!
As Ryunosuke turns right back into drawing on Zoe, and they all scream, Ryunosuke! And then you see Ryunosuke's face appear across the sunset.
Ryu.
I remember that much when they were going up Zoe.
What a joke.
It's just a crappy drawing.
Sit your butts down and think about what you're saying after how hard he worked to get us up here!
We're in a strange, unfamiliar land. Don't turn back. Always concentrate on what's ahead of you. Look, that's the country's front gate. An entire civilization on the back of an elephant.
There's a lookout tower there. Don't see any guards.
Seems
dangerously unmanned.
You guys are all business, no heart!
As we see Robin leaving some flowers at the site of Ryunosuke's drawing. She's just so overcome by the cuteness that she instantly thought of leaving some honorary post-mortem flowers for him.
Hey, Usopp, come check it out! It's really neat! Wow, you climbed that fast! You climbed that fast!
This is so cool!
There's a 1,000-year-old elephant with a country on top of it! This is incredible! Is this really the back of an elephant? There are forests, rivers, and even towns! You're right! It's its own island!
And it's this very massive civilization that's just full of forests, but we also see ruins and buildings everywhere, with a big giant tree in the background, with the trunk in the shape of a giant whale.
But there's something about that town!
And then Luffy just jumps down below.
Woohoo! Ah! Luffy, jump down!
What else is new? You see Eyebrow?
No, at least not from here.
Zoro, shouldn't we wait for Kinemon and Kanjiro? The place is big, but it's not a landmass. Let's just go. He didn't need to jump over. The gate's already open.
Hang on! I'd rather walk through than jump!
These gates weren't left open.
These gates weren't left open. They were snapped off the hinges.
That dragon is not cute at all, to be honest. It's cute to her. I know, it's an ugly drawing. All of Kanjiro's drawings are ugly, but Robin sees it as cute. I don't. I definitely don't see it as cute, but I'm just letting her have this. But everything that Kanjiro draws is ugly, so it's like she's just, you know, a lot has changed over the years. Good point. And there's something wrong with the road here. It's a little too wide to be an animal trail in the woods.
It looks like a trail of destruction to me, and a fresh one at that. Are they all right?
Beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. Yep, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. We gotta be careful, goes Zoro as he starts to draw a sword.
What? What?
We don't know a thing about the people who live here, and they've got enemies. And then they stop because they all get prepared to... They all try telling that to Robin and receive a clutch. I'm not saying that to her. You crazy? You crazy? I'm not... Y'all remember what happened to Frankie during Water 7 for him to join the Straw Hat crew? I'm not trying to get grabbed. I'm not. That's not a pain I want to experience on purpose.
We don't need to know a thing about the people who live here, and they've got enemies. Dang it!
as both Usopp and Frankie are walking with their weapons drawn. Hard to walk on this surface, because it's elephant skin.
The flowers grow in odd locations here.
What happened to Baratier? What happened to Barrieri?
The lesser minks must just waltz right through the gate.
Maybe they beat him.
Oh, it's a town! Wow, there's no one here! What's up with this place? It's falling apart! Hello? Sanji, Nami, Chopper, Brooke, and Gassy. Oh, forget about him.
What happened here? I sense faint traces of gunpowder. And maybe gas too?
What's the big idea? Can't we enjoy a trip to a nice, peaceful country for once?
And then they hear sound.
What is it? Is something there?
As both Zoro and Law can sense something.
Whoa, what is it? Is something there?
I'm on it.
As something rushes Zoro and jumps over Zoro before he even hits and goes behind.
She floated upward while in midair.
This person lunged at him, still airborne. And when he tried to swipe her, this person dodged over him while still airborne. And then this person, who looks like they got bunny ears, immediately clashes with Zoro and lets off this intense electric shock that goes up against Zoro's sword.
Stop.
Huh? Stop this at once, Carrot.
As we see something pierce through the forest and it looks like a giant gator.
Vatia are not to be harmed. More importantly, the whale forest has been infiltrated.
A talking animal!
They're minks.
But aren't those clothes Nami's?
As this one mink, apparently, is wearing the same clothes that Nami was wearing when they, wearing Nami's, top and her pants as well, I think.
Are those clothes Nami's?
And that is the end of chapter 804. We're getting closer and closer. But we got an SBS before we move on to 805. Question! Hello, Oda-sensei! I noticed that on the cover page of chapter 766, if you read the top character on each menu item from left to right, it spells out redacted. Also, there's redacted, redacted, and redacted. This chapter was in the same issue of Weekly Shonen Jump as the final installment of Naruto, right? I guess it must have been a very special manga for you. Go sign Gokira. Answer. Yes, you're right about that, but it is a hidden message, you see, and I'm not going to reveal my secret on my own. So I chose to omit the answer from this letter. But I did get many curious questions from people who only read the collected volumes, so I decided I ought to explain the situation and my thoughts on it. Of course, I'm sure everyone knows about the ninja manga named Naruto, which concluded its run after 15 long years in Shonen Jump. The cover of the One Piece chapter from that final issue was this, which was chapter 766 Smile, and had the cover page where Luffy was eating with Naruto. There are a number of messages hidden in it. Many people seem to think that One Piece and Naruto are enemies, but as a matter of fact, I've been a close friend of Masashi Kishimoto, the author, for years. With how fierce the competition is to stay in the pages of Jump, I was delighted to have company for so long. It also helps that we're the same age. At this moment, Kishimoto has escaped the hell of weekly serialization and is kicking back, doing a bit of work here and there, and generally relaxing and enjoying himself. The ease of when you've dedicated so much time to one thing, and then that run stops, and then you get to rest. I know what that's going to be like on Friday. Because I've been doing this read-through series for 3 months. But it doesn't compare to, like mangakas and authors who have been doing it for several years. So, but at least I get to know what resting from a long workload will be like, even if it's just a little while. 3 months of work endlessly. I love my job. Thank you. You guys don't know. It's because of y'all that I'm able to embrace what I do here. Thank you. But that's the end of that SBS. Chapter 805, The Minx. Limited cover series number 22, Decks of the World. 500 Million Man Arc, Volume 1, News, Coups, Travel to the Ends of the Sea. and it shows them going across the seas, and it shows the Kraken. It looks like Tsurume. Is that Tsurume? I think that might be Tsurume. As he's waving across, waving at the news crews. Whose ship is that in the cover art? I don't know. It's very small. It looks like it has a Jolly Roger on the front, but it's too indiscernible to tell whose ship that actually is. But back to Zoro and everybody.
What kind of weapon is that? I felt a momentary electric shock.
Intruders in the whale forest?
Yes, it's bad news. It might anger the Guardians.
Are they humans or animals?
Hey, you! Where'd you get those clothes? What did you do to Nami, huh? Perhaps they eat people.
Don't be morbid!
And then the one you tried to zoom but no dice. See, you can't really make it out. It might just be a random ship that's being destroyed by Tsurume. But then this character called Carrot jumps up into the air with resounding strength.
Ah! I'm sorry! Please don't eat me!
And she sails all the way high into the air to the point where she's pretty much touching the clouds in the area. I mean, they're already up to the clouds because that's how big Zoe is. But she goes up above the clouds and she's looking everywhere.
Whoa! What a jump! Is that what the minks are capable of?
Can you see anything, Carrot?
I can see him! We might be too late, though.
And there's an explosion in the distance.
There's a disturbance in Whale Forest! Straight through Coral City! Coral City!
I should have figured. Let's hurry, Warnie. Get on, Carrot!
Coming!
We don't have time to take Utia there. Just follow my instructions. On the right is Right Trump Forest. Head there and turn left at the deep dark swamp. From there, you'll find Yortia crew's corpses ahead in Right Flank Forest.
What?
Wait for us at Right Flank Forest. We will find you there later.
Will they Tia be alright?
That was the Straw Hat Pirates.
Huh?
Hulk, eat your heart out. I'm not gonna do it. Y'all know how much of a Hulk aficionado I am. As high as Carrot. I'm not gonna do it. I will not be goated in becoming a Hulk nerd right now. I will not. You almost had me. Ozzy. You almost had me going crazy with Hulk knowledge, but you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna get me like this.
That was the Straw Hat Pirates.
Huh? They're going to be shocked.
We can't help that. What's done is done. The one who just infiltrated the whale forest is most likely the pirate Straw Hat Luffy.
He must be there to our captain, but he will receive no mercy.
Ah! The crew's corpses are ahead! They've all been killed! Well, if their bodies are still intact, that rules out being eaten. That's not the issue! Give it a rest!
Calm down. Twirly Brow's with them, and if you wouldn't screw up and let them get killed.
That's right. You know they wouldn't go down that easy. It's a trap to rattle and manipulate us.
Indeed. Quite unbelievable. Traffy, your crew's supposed to be here. Yes? Are you able to get in touch with them?
No, I didn't expect to ever see them again after all. No, right. I forgot I have this Beaver card. This one belongs to our navigator, Beppo.
Oh, right! That talking polar bear! Is he a mink too?
Yeah. This is his hometown, but he doesn't remember much about the island. He left this place at a young age. He's been with me for 10 years. He can be trusted. We should head straight for him if we want accurate intel.
And it shows a Beaver card in Law's hand moving forward, showing that Beppo is, fine.
I think there was a town straight ahead. Are you sure it's safe?
Let's go. It's better than trusting some strange animal's instructions.
Meanwhile, Whale Forest. Wait! Stop! That's enough! Stop right there! I know that guy! Gum Gum?
Know him or not, he's still an intruder. Mrrr!
Bell!
Golova!
Why doesn't the electro work on him, Gara?
Yeah, we'll just have to stop you by force.
And we have Jean Bart. Who's there, with Luffy clashing against this bull mink, apparently. And then we have a gorilla mink.
Don't interfere, John Bart!
Oh, crap! We can't keep him under control! What monstrous strength!
as we see Shachi and Penguin.
Stop right there, Guardians!
Something wavy! Bananas!
And something gets thrown in the face of the bull mink, and then the bananas get thrown in front of the gorilla mink, and they immediately get pacified as the rabbit mink and the other mink that's with her all walk into the area.
That worked.
That worked out, I guess.
Goes Shachi and Penguin. Whale Forest Guardian, Bull Mink, Roddy. Whale Forest Guardian, Gorilla Mink, BB, Blackback.
A dog?
Utia must be Straw Hat Luffy. I am Wanda. We Tia mean no harm, so stop resisting.
Battle Beast Tribe, Dog Mink, Wanda. Battle Beast Tribe, Rabbit Mink, Carrot.
Man, this place is full of mysterious people. It's like an island of choppers. I didn't do anything. They just attacked me.
That is...
That is because Utia entered the Forbidden Forest.
And Wanda just goes over and licks Luffy in the face. Don't let Hancock see that.
Ah!
Forgive him, Guardians. I will take him away at once.
And then someone is watching Luffy from some other place. Huh. Out of respect for you, Wanda. Roddy, BB, pull back.
Pedro.
And then, all members, withdraw. And it shows tons of figures just moving at high speeds through the trees, showing that Luffy wouldn't have had just worried about Roddy and BB the entire time.
Whoa! What? We were surrounded?
Be grateful that it was not a moonlit night.
Hey, Straw Hat, don't you remember us? We helped you out after the Paramount War. I can't believe you don't remember.
Huh? Hey, you're Traffy's talking bear.
Traffy? No, I work for Trafalgar Law. We're the Heart Pirates.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, it's not.
Heart Pirates Navigator, Assistant Guardian, Beppo.
We saw it in the newspaper. Man, what a rush of crazy news. So we're in an alliance now, huh? Is the captain with you? Yeah, Traffy's with us. What's wrong guy? Who is that? Aye!
And they all start posing, and Beppo starts posing with Shachi and Penguin doing the same thing.
Traffy is law.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Then the captain is here. Yippee!
I want to see the captain. I miss him so much.
Kurao City, middle of the elephant's back.
I think we can assume that this is an attack of some kind. This city is big enough to house hundreds of thousands, and every single one seems to be gone without a trace.
Oh no! This place has bad news! Let's get out of here as soon as we find Sanji's group!
Look, there are still signs of recent activity. It must have happened not too long ago.
Whoa! We can't hang out in such a visible location! The enemy could be lurking nearby, waiting to strike!
Is this a torture device? Can't even be sure if the enemy is human. Lots of marks that look like claw slashes.
Ah!
And look at these giant footprints. Was the land of the minks?
This from an elephant?
Was the land of the minks attacked by monsters or wild beasts? Given the claw marks, it could have been infighting.
All that's certain is that this country came to a swift, dramatic collapse just a week or two ago.
What? Then what about Sanji's team?
Collapsed? Collapsed? And that's why there's no one around?
The Mokomo Dukedom has existed for centuries. Just half a month ago, I remember the smiling faces of our people. The name of the one who ruined our land is Jack.
Whoa! Was that an earthquake? It's a rain eruption! Climb into the trees!
No, climb onto Warney. I will take you to right flank, to your Tia friends.
Great, so that's where Sanji is? And then Wanda doesn't say anything. She kind of looks forlorn. Huh? And that's the end of chapter 805. We got one final SBS, and then we can move on to the final chapter of this volume. Question! I have a request. Please draw the childhood versions of the Don Quixote family. Signed, Invincible Gum Gum. Answer: okay, sure. I'll skip the ones I've already drawn as kids, such as Doflamingo, who we've already seen as a child before during the SBS, where they wanted to see all the warlords as children. And we have Treble, who still has a runny nose at such a young age, and he's got that Anton Chigurh, that Javier Bardem haircut from No Country for Old Men, and he's holding on to a fish that has that's been completely eaten down to its bones, and he's in very old-looking clothes. Then we have Diamante, who's got like a captain's tricorn, well, not tricorn, but a captain's sideways hat on his head. I don't know. You don't call that a bicorn, do you? You don't call that a bicorn, do you? It's just like he's just got a captain's hat on with a big old captain's shoulders on him. Then we have Pika, who's just silent, covered in scratches. All of the children, well, most of them look like they were impoverished, because Treble, Diamante, and Pika all look like they just came from nothing. Then we have Monet, who's young, reading a book on birds, and she has glasses. Then we have Lao Ji, who at a young age had that mentality of G. Even even as a child, he was always had that mentality of a G, of G, not a G, but of G. Then we have Gladius, who even at a young age had a mask over his face, so to this day, we still don't know what Gladius's face looks like. Then we have Mach Weiss, who still looks as portly as he did back then, wearing the same type of clothes he would later wear in life. And then we have Giola, who's running around with paintbrushes and wild-looking hair and scuff marks across her head and face. Then we have Senor Pink, who has scuff marks over his face and everything, looking basically kind of like how he does later on when he grew up. The only people who look like they don't really have any scuff marks on them is Mach Weiss and Monet. Everyone else has scuff marks or injuries or bandages of some kind, but Monet and Mach Weiss are the only clean ones. That's all for the SBS. See you next volume! Chapter 806, At Right Flank Fortress. Decks of the World, 500 Million Man Arc. Volume 2, Windmill Village. As we cut to Dadan and her mountain bandit friends. There with Mayor Whoop Slap! I know his name now, and now I can't say his name without saying Whoop Slap! We have Mayor Whoop Slap there with Makino in the bar, while Dadan is, playing with Makino's child. And they're all just having a good old time celebrating Luffy becoming a 500 million berry man. Here comes the rain eruption! And we find out that the rain eruption we saw beforehand, back when Sanji, Brook, and all the rest of them were running through that one previous chapter in the last volume, it's actually not just a spout that comes up on Zou, it's actually the long trunk of Zou as it blasts water onto itself. What's that?
A giant wave of water?
That's enough to cause a flood. Head for high ground! And then the whole area just gets flooded completely with water. Meanwhile, on the elephant's left leg.
Whoa! The shaking is harrowing! The sun is setting! Keep going, cat! Onwards, Nekozaimon! Conjuro, do you think this cat might not be suited to the rigors of element climbing? Element. I said element. I know what I said. Of elephant climbing? Not true in the least. Cats are expert tree climbers. A salient point. As it shows, Kanjuro has created yet another terrible, horribly drawn creature to struggle up the leg of Zou once again. First it was a poorly drawn dragon, now it's a poorly drawn cat with very stubby legs. And water just washes down the leg of Zou towards Kinemon and Kanjuro. Water? Oh, that. It's the runoff from the rain eruption that falls on the land. Anything but water! Nekozaimon will melt! And they both get washed over. Oh wait, the little monkey on the back of them was speaking Baradier. Baradier? Not Barat. No, the Baradier is the ship that Sanji's from. It's the little monkey that's with him.
Oh, that! It's the runoff from the rain eruption that falls on the land!
Anything but water! Nekozaimon will melt!
And it washes over them. Whale Forest, Team Luffy.
Whoa, that was some rain!
To be precise, a rain eruption is not rain. Twice a day, Zunisha bathes itself.
In other words, that water was seawater. The filtering structure at the center of the city sends it through the aqueducts to serve as a water source.
And the water also contains fish, so we don't have to worry about food either.
Cool. This rain is a blessing.
Hey, Straw Hat! I can't leave this forest, just so you know. Tell the captain that we're here and he should visit us.
Huh? Oh, really? Okay.
Beppo was born here, but he's a pirate, so he's currently under the purview of the cat viper, the boss of this forest.
Ow! Oh. Hey, don't bite me!
Kurao City, Team Zoro.
Ah! It's a flood! There are sharks down there! Sharks! Why?
You climb way too high. You'd be perfectly safe down here.
Seawater!
As Usopp climbed all the way to the top of a tower while everyone else just went down to just like a little small level up above the water a little bit. Usopp is the only one who's gone all the way at the top.
Perhaps this is the result of the giant elephant washing itself? It looks like the town and forest are built to handle this precise water level.
I see. Based on the amount that we just saw, that makes sense.
Meaning that this is an ordinary occurrence.
A sudden downpour like that? Ordinary? No, thank you. Let's find everyone else and get off this island pronto.
Huh?
Hey! Luffy's on the other side of the town! With the Nami dog woman and the jumping rabbit! Luffy's probably got tricked into visiting their headquarters.
And then Carrot is biting onto Luffy again.
Ah!
What is it?
What is it, Usopp?
Luffy's getting kinda sorta eaten!
Believe it's pronounced Baratier. Barrietti. I thought it was a Barrietti. I thought his name was Barrietti. Hold on. I'm about to... Because there's Baratier and there's Barrietti. Berriette. Yeah, his name is Berriette. Yeah, Berriette. But not Barriate. Not Barriate, but Berriette.
Luffy probably got tricked into visiting their headquarters.
What is it, Usopp?
Luffy's kinda getting sorta eaten!
What? And you mean there really are?
The water...
The water will drain at once.
And then we hear cries, and Luffy's looking at the execution post that they go next to. And then Wanda looks with tears in her eyes.
He must be here. He is not, and that is final. Hand him over, or your land will fall into ruin. I do not understand what you mean. I truly have no idea. How can I make you see sense?
And then there's a spray of blood in this flashback, but we don't see the faces of everyone being mentioned here. And Wanda just wipes her eyes, and even Carrot looks, you know, upset as well. What was the guy's name you said earlier? The one who attacked this place?
Jack, there was a recent news article about his death. He attacked 4 naval battleships escorting Doflamingo. Apparently, he sank 2 ships when went down in the attempt.
What? He was at Dressrosa?
He attacked a ship bearing an admiral and the former fleet admiral. He is a man with more than a few screws loose. There was no confirmation of his death in the article. He is most likely still alive. We shall never forgive Jack for what he did. We are nearly there.
This mist is thick, so Zoro's gang will be there?
They should be. I gave them directions to the hidden fortress.
Shambles. And then everyone falls towards the ground. And the only ones to land on their feet are Law, Robin, and I think Zoro. But Frankie and Usopp land on their heads. Hey, you guys!
Where did she eat you, Luffy? Do you still have all your limbs? Hey, Nami Dog Woman, that's our captain! You better not be trying to eat him, you carnivorous vixen! Give us back all of our companions or face the wrath of the three-sword style!
As Usopp is hiding behind Zoro, making Zoro look like he's the one giving all these demands, but he's the one voicing from the back.
Oh dear, you seem to be sorely mistaken, but I can explain. We are at our destination.
Huh?
Look through the mist. That is the fortress gate and its guards.
Wanda, who got eyes that? Intruders to the whale forest?
As we see what looks to be like an antelope mink and a bear mink.
They meant no harm. One of them accidentally entered the whale forest without the ringing of the welcoming bell. Open the gates and tell everyone the Straw Hat crew is here.
What? That's them gotta?
Inside the forest, we have a giant sheep mink. And who's laying on this giant sheep mink? But Nami, who's dressed differently.
Nami! Luffy and the others are back! They're finally here! Nami! Luffy's group is here! Everyone's here! They're all fine!
And Chopper is crying his eyes out as Nami wakes up.
They're here? Really? Chopper! They just showed up at the fortress gate!
And the sheep gets up.
Ah, your companions have come. That is good.
Ah!
Oh, pardon me.
As the sheep gets up, it causes Nami to fall forward.
We have very special guests,
Goes Wanda.
Prepare the feast of welcome for our savior's friends.
Got you! Got you! Welcome, Straw Hats!
Welcome!
Got you!
Whoa! As we walk into this forest, and it's a ginormous forest filled with nothing but minks of all shapes and sizes and species.
Huh? What?
What the? Wow, it's so cheery in here!
Wait, this isn't what I was expecting.
Garchu! What does Garchu mean?
Aren't you supposed to be a human-hating species?
Species? That might just be fear from those who haven't met other minks. From our perspective, UT are just monkey minks with not much hair. Another type of our own species. Any hatred is based on the individuals.
So, the minks are accepting. Love them already.
We full-bodied minks are proud of our fur.
As Wanda licks Luffy again.
But many admire the lesser minks and UT a beautiful lack and your T a beautiful lack of fur.
Ah! Hey, look! It's Nami and Chopper! Thank goodness you're all right! Congrats! Got it, you! Congrats, Nami! Got it, you!
You caught me! Let me through! I get it! Got you!
Good for you! Got you!
Wow, they really are friendly. They are really friendly. This is not what I expected at all.
Luffy!
Hey, I'm so glad to see you guys!
You're here!
What about Sanji, Brook, and Momo? How are they?
And then Nami embraces Luffy, but Zoro notices that something's wrong.
Huh?
I'm so sorry.
As Wanda puts her head down too.
It's Sanji!
To be continued in One Piece Volume 81. And that is the end of Volume 80, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna keep you long because I need to prepare for the newest chapter of One Punch Man, which I believe is out today. Ogata, if you can confirm for me, that would be fantastic. But we are almost done with my One Piece series of me reading One Piece, one volume at a time. It's already been, since yesterday marked 3 months of me doing this series, of me reading One Piece from Volume 1 all the way to where it is right now. We only have 2 more volumes to go, and then I will be done with this series. I just want to say to everyone here, thank you for enduring for these 3 months of me going through. It's up and it's a long one. Fantastic. I'll be getting that prepared for 3 o'clock. So that way we can take care of it. And then later on, I'll mess with Cyberpunk so we can platinum the game, be done with it. And I probably won't touch it again. I can't stick to that. I probably won't do another stream on it again until Phantom Liberty drops in September. But thank you, everyone, for sticking out with me this long. We only got 2 more streams. 2 more days. 2 more days. We are almost done. We are almost done. So thank you for sticking it out. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to all my moderators and every new person who's here. Thank you for being here. I really do hope you enjoyed yourself. If you enjoyed yourself, I've done my job, and that is the only thing that I look for at the end of the day. So all I can say to everyone here right now, as I prepare for One Punch Man, is hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share this stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!